Yo, yo. Okay, take a second, all right? Listen. Y'all know what that sound is? No, it is not a really tiny DJ in the back, like wiki wiki. That is the sound of my Ender 3 printing something that I'm technically not even allowed to show you guys yet because this is a super, super exclusive print. And y'all will see it soon enough. But what's up, everybody? Thank you for your patience. It is 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Do you know where your chem light is? Let's go ahead and get started. We have a brand new first. I've never seen this person hit first. They hit first tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Rusty Shackelford has been first for the first time. So congratulations, Rusty. You, sir, are owed at least one crisp high five. Congratulations. Oh, never mind. This other guy was first. JK. Let's start by acknowledging all our channel members. We got Rusty Shackelford, channel member, channel member. What up? We got PC. What's up, brother? Channel member. We got Ron Wayne, channel member, channel member. One Love Design, which, by the way, One Love Design sent me a message on Instagram, and he was like, "Yo, a little bit of I think it's kind of a joke, a little bit of PP love before the stream." And he sent me a PayPal donation, very healthy, a $50 PayPal donation, because I'm going through some things right now, and it definitely helps, and also, of course, supports the channel. And I have a few things that I'm eyeing to bring back to the channel for you guys as well. And it helps because I'm being drained. But we can talk more about that later. One Love Design, channel member, and homie is supporting and helping. So we appreciate you, brother. C&T Designs and Arms, channel member. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. ADXR920 with a channel member. Okay, who else we got up in here? And by the way, I'll give a shout out. A lot of our people also have channels. Okay, I'm learning this, and I apologize, guys. I don't know if you know this, but like after a while, like when you create content, you start watching content creators less. So I don't see everyone's content, man. I wish I did spend more time kind of watching all y'all shit, man, because I care. I care about all y'all, what's going on in your lives, your world, and all that. And I will make more of an effort to do so moving forward. Shooting Gallery New England, channel member. What's up, brother? Good to see you. If y'all don't know about Shooting Gallery New England, homie is on point with his videos, so make sure you check him out too. We got Robert Ribbit Harrison, channel member. What up? What up? And who's this guy? Wick Actual. Who in the world? I know. It's our super special guest. You'll see him. Just hold up. Jeff Cron, channel member. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate y'all taking the time to kick it with us. Detective John Kimball. When was the last time you had a s'more? Made one for dessert tonight and was not disappointed. See, that still kind of sounds rather negative. You were not disappointed. I don't know. I got higher hopes than that, man. I think blue wrench in it. Yeah, welcome to the crew. Evan Budzinski. What's up, brother? Channel member. Thank you for coming in. All y'all great people. Who else we got? I saw somebody else. I didn't get the blue PLA yet. I got an order I need to push through, and I am going to get it. Somebody actually recently sent me a picture of a, was it a Mac Daddy or a mac and cheese? Somebody sent me either a picture of a Mac Daddy or a mac and cheese of a lower in the same like glowy blue, or maybe it was the blue denim PLA Plus. It was fucking beautiful, man. It was beautiful. I was like, all right, that's that shit that I need to have. So I will be getting that spool of PLA Plus courtesy of you, Evan Budzinski. So I appreciate you. And we got a bunch of people out here that are just super supportive, man. I love it. And yeah. Uh, by special, he means I came here on the short ship. Yeah, we're gonna have a blast tonight. So of course we got to have the honorable mentions. First off, you got to go all the way back to the top. But our boy Gerchop is here, and he snuck a cell phone in his cell. He was able to watch us. He's probably casting us onto the TV in prison, just so all of his homies can watch us too. So, Gerchop alone could count for like a dozen people watching the stream, maybe a whole pod. So we appreciate the fact that you are watching us in jail. So thank you for that. We also got Evil SD. What's up, brother? MC, Misty Miss Wayne. That Wayne, Agorizer. We got Sport Brand, one of our favorite mods. What's up, brother? Carlos Durin. We got Warsaw Patriot. What's up, man? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. We also got, of course, Detective John Kimball, whom I quoted earlier. Slim223, Man Against the Masses, Evil SD, JC9, and I saw some more folks up in here. I just want to make sure I take a moment to honor all you guys. Tech Money, what's up, brother? Salute. I think it's important just to kind of, have that brief moment. Carolina EDC reviews. What's cracking? DB Koopa, Riddle. What's up, brother? Plenty of time to cook dinner and grab a drink. Too many choices. What's up, man? I know you're rocking that 40 caliber short and weak. I mean Smith & Wesson. So pack an extra mag. Who else? Heath, what up? 99 bottles of beer on the wall. I don't take that long, y'all. Come on. It's not that bad. And somebody talking about 40 Smith & Wesson. Clint Eastwood, what up? But all you guys, I love all y'all, man. I appreciate you guys coming in. So tonight we have somebody really pretty fucking special. P38, Wilberto, Toy Town Inc., Pow, J Mac, what up? Martin Kaminsky, what's cracking? Look at all you guys, man. Y'all are freaking awesome. This is like the war room. This is where we Anyway, so I have a couple things. I have a special guest, which we're about to introduce in a second. I also have a big A box right here, like a big ass box. And the person that sent it to me said, "Dog, you need to open it on stream. There's going to be a letter that you read that will walk you through the items that I sent you." So, of course, I opened it up to make sure that there were no tracking devices and or destructive devices. Once I did that, I knew that it was safe and I could bring it into my home and, do this. So that's going to be fun. I got a glimpse of some lube. So there's some lube in there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the guest we have for today is somebody that you may have seen working with Johnny Glocks. Ayo, yes, you may have seen him working with Johnny Glocks. You may see him on Instagram with all of his shenanigans. You may see him actually like face down into a table, stippling Glocks and doing a lot of not only just Glocks, doing like grip reductions and stippling firearms. Grips, grip panels, frames, lowers, whatever you want to call them. And he really does an excellent job. And the reason that when I saw him, I just connected with him is because he had 2A 3D print make a special soldering iron tip for him that was a dick. And he's been hiding dicks in customers' stipplings. So they pay him to, stipple a gun, and he like hides a dick-shaped stipple in the whole grip. I was like, oh my God, this guy's one of us. It's perfect. So anyway, let's go ahead and bring him in. Mr. Wick, but you can call him Wick. It's Wick Actual.
What's up?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Pretty good. The hottest fuck in Florida. Even if
you got a hell of a setup there, man. The background is dope. You put a good amount of work into that.
I actually have to get more pegboard because all my guns don't fit on that.
Oh yeah, that's a good problem to have.
Yes, but I'm always broke because of it. So
Yeah. Martin Kaminsky says Dick Stipple, my favorite porn star.
So with the dick stippling, I only put the dicks in a customer's gun if they specifically ask for it, because I'm an asshole, but not that big of an asshole. If you are one of my friends, on the other hand,
Yeah.
getting dicks.
See, I would expect it at that point, you know. Oh, nice. Soaked Insider says, just got my Tack Knives OTF today. This thing is so sweet. Hell yeah, man. Good for you, bro. Glad it came through. We've had a lot of people getting their orders and sending me, pictures and videos, and there's something that's just so satisfying about that. Which you're into OTFs as well. And actually, before we jump into it, take a second and just kind of introduce yourself. Let everyone know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you.
All right, so I'm Wick. My current Instagram name is Wick__actual, because Wick_actual is banned from Instagram. So is the Bullet Farm. So is Wick Designs. Basically everything I've ever used in the past for a screen name has been banned.
Dang.
I've gone from nobody to 500,000 followers to nobody, because I do stupid shit with guns on the internet. When I say stupid, it's done safely from a ridiculous amount of training standpoint. I am not Black Rambo, like Al. I know him personally, super nice guy. It's very, very funny when we do range days because everybody brings like 2 IFAKs and some extra med gear just in case. Whereas if it's just the rest of us, it's just like, yeah, there's med gear in someone's vehicle, but everyone has their standard IFAK on their plate carrier.
Yeah, I'll be rocking my ankle IFAK if I ever go. And I actually one of the friends of the show, Smash Time, met him at SHOT Show, had him on his show, and I got introduced to him to have him on my show. We haven't set up a time or anything yet, but it's just kind of started going through like all of his content, and like there's some pucker moments where I'm like, ooh, like don't remove your friend's head with that 12 gauge.
Yeah, that or like when he wanted to be a cool guy and shoot either the Desert Eagle 50 AE or just the Barrett 50, and unless that berm is 3 feet away from him out of camera view, those rounds are going over and they're coming down like 7 miles away.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we fuck around, we joke around, we do stupid shit. We burn dicks in the Glocks, but we do take safety very seriously.
Yes.
You're getting a lot of love for the tomahawks, man.
So am I allowed to touch those? I know YouTube has weird gun rules, but what about certain things?
Yeah, you can touch those. Yep.
So I will pull one of them down. Because this one's Damascus.
Wow, that one was literally like hand forged.
Yep. I spent way too much money on stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess that's at least $600.
I don't remember. So I do lots of trading. So this knife I showed you earlier, the one that's Pakistan Damascus BS. I mainly just liked the sheath, and leather work is a pain in the ass. So I was like, yes, I will trade you some stuff. It's another vendor at one of the Florida gun shows. Super nice guy, older guy. I've known him for years. He just doesn't sell quality knives, and he sells them for like $300. And I'm like, never buying one of your knives. He's like, would you trade me this and stipple my SIG? And I was like, I would have just stippled your SIG for you, but sure, I'll take the knife because I want the sheath.
Hell yeah. Oh, dude, you know what? I'm getting one of the XO1s, which, have you seen the XO1, the SIG 320 module?
Maybe. I'm not a big SIG fan, mainly because of Florida. Like, I like the way they shoot. I like the way they feel in my hand. Florida kills things. Like, if you carry a SIG, you have to oil it basically daily, and even then it's still going to rust on you. Florida's harsh.
Yeah, I'm personally not too much of a SIG guy. I did build one 320. If you I know you're into some of the building. Like, you showed me some of your Nomad frames that you built and whatnot. There's a SIG 80%, which is like 16 gauge hardened steel. And basically what you do is you put it in a jig, you bend the, you have to like violently smash it with a hammer, but you bend the rails down, cut them, drill all the, I think it's like 37 or 34 holes, and it's hard. It's a tough one, but when you get it done, you're left with a fire control group that's, unserialized, which is cool as shit. And I built one of those, and I literally did it like on my floor with a DeWalt, and I am going to remove that from my SIG 320, and I'm going to put it in one of these that I'm getting from 1776 Supply Co. It is it's like a little PDW. It's a grip module itself. Basically what you do, there's a bunch of different kinds, but basically you shotgun it open, and then you slide your fire control group in there, and then put your slide and barrel on it, and boom, you got a little PDW.
That's cool. See, I like that way better than the CAA Roni.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of those unless you're using a Glock with a switch in it. Outside of that, I can't wrap my head around the tactical advantage of having a handgun that is now like 4 times bigger than your handgun.
Yeah, especially if it's not an actual conversion, it's giving you like longer barrel length, more velocity, and if there's no true tactical advantage. Now, shouldering something, I'd say, is a tactical advantage, but I don't fuck with the Ronis, man. I don't like them. I think they're, a lot of people out there love them. That's cool. I have the, let's see if I have it here. It's under too much stuff. I have the Cape, not the KPOS. I used to have one. It's the Recover Tactical, the 8020. It's a tiny little brace thing. Hold on. Recover Tactical 8020. So it's a tiny little brace thing, and it actually fits like, it's basically like lunchbox size. Like, it's super.
Yeah, I've seen those before.
Yeah, they're super cool.
So that makes sense from a vehicle standpoint. If you're that way, you can shoulder, drive, and still shoot at the same time. If you don't have a lot of training, it makes weapons control a little easier. But for my handgun, I'm just not gonna put a bunch of crap on it. I'll put a light and hollow some, but that's about it.
Yeah. For me, a light and a red dot, and I'm going to town. Now, I don't have a lot of red dots. I got an ass load of pistols, and well, I have too many Glocks, if there is such a thing. Yeah, but like I'd say half of them are P80 builds and a little macaroni with cheese, yeah, and a side order of spaghetti monster. Yeah, it does sound like macaroni. It does. But yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, I don't like love it or anything, but it's cool to kind of switch up a build every now and then,
Right.
So, what got you into stippling?
I didn't like how much other people were charging for the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so the same, like everything I do, if you go to the big names that are doing it, you're looking at, 250, 300 range for, undercuts, gas pedal, trigger index, stipple, and then full stipple pattern of your choice. And then they charge different prices based off of what pattern you choose. Like some of the patterns that are like significantly more intricate and time consuming, they charge a lot more money for. And I'm just like, that's almost like that's the cost of a used gun. Like you can buy a police trade-in Glock for less than half of the people out there doing stippling. And I'm just like, that's stupid. Like that's just people being money hungry at that point. So I charge $100 for any single stack. So if it's a small gun, it's $100. If it's a large gun, double stack, 19, 17, 26. Because I can do the undercuts and gas pedals and all that on a 26, even though it's smaller, 150. And then you can choose whatever pattern you want.
Nice.
Depending on like how many people try to talk to me, either at the shows or the shop, it takes me roughly an hour to do a gun. So when you break it down that way, I'm no slower or faster than all the other guys that are doing it. If they're charging $300 a gun, they're charging you $300 an hour.
That's bullshit. That's crazy, man. I do like it was cool as shit to oh, hang on, some 2A 3D print. Matt, what's up, brother? Some guys have 13 hours into a single frame. It's a value of time. Well, yeah, I mean, I think most guys are literally just toasting up a soldering iron and then they're just going to town. Or some people just laser it.
Yeah, the lasering doesn't really provide a grip. Looks super awesome. Like I've got one over there that Sharp Coast Tactical did when they first, like when the lasering thing first came out. I was like, oh, that's super cool. I got it, and I was like, well, this sucks. This is less grippy than your stock, like weird little bumps on the Glock. So the laser actually vaporizes the material. It's gone. And all the edges ended up very rounded out. I mean, I've held hundreds, probably thousands of different Glocks that have been lasered. Mm-hmm. People bring me Glocks or mail them to me all the time that have been lasered, and they're like, "Can you do your shit to it?" Because we actually wanted it grippy, and this isn't grippy.
I could see that because it's such a powerful tool that it goes in, it just freaking roasts. I mean, it removes the material, and because it's so hot, it would leave it kind of, I guess like soap, like rounded and kind of,
Yeah. But like I said, it looks super awesome. And then on these, some people take 13 hours to do a gun. They're probably also doing Cerakoting or some type of other stuff to the gun outside of just the framework. Yeah. And then a lot of people that are doing framework don't really understand the structural side of things as well. Like the slim lines. If you take one apart, just look at it. It's like this thick everywhere. You don't want to, do undercuts, gas pedals. People do it. You're fucking compromising the frame. Like, it is structurally compromised. I had a guy come to the shop. He wanted me to do undercuts on a 48. And I was like, nope. I was like, I don't care that you want to pay me to do it. I'm not going to do it because it's going to fuck your gun up. You're going to drop it. Just, you're going to put it on your bed. You're going to set it on the counter or whatever while you're cleaning it. It's going to end up on the floor somehow. It'll break. He was like, no, everyone does it. I'm like, all right. A month and a half later, he came back. He's like, so I had to buy another one, and I'm going to have you do it this time because it fell off my bed, landed on the carpeted floor, and the trigger guard just snapped off because the guy who did it. Yeah. But there's a program that Glock has, because so many people fuck frames up by either cutting in the borders too deep or undercuts too deep or anything, that you send them that fucked up frame, you strip all the parts out, send them the frame along with, it's either $100 or $120. They send you a new frame. So.
Yeah. And I almost used that. I ended up not taking advantage of it because the frame was an old Gen 3 OD green frame. So I was like, man, I'm just going to let it go. But the funny thing, like, talk about, like structural integrity problems. There's a old Gen 3 17 that's, like, no joke, probably had 100,000 rounds through it. And it's probably like early 2000s. It's probably close to 2 decades old. And it had a grip reduction, all sorts of shit, stippling job. The borders are fucking hideous. It was, a gun that I ended up getting for like $300. But if you turn and look at the front of it underneath the trigger guard, there's a spot in the stippling where you can literally see the magazine spring, which I thought was hilarious. But I mean, it's not too bad. It's still very usable,
Yeah, as long as it works and doesn't break, then that's fine. So Matt's in here, 2A 3D print. That dude's awesome. He made the Dick Stipple bit for me.
Yeah, man.
So
He's
funny story with Matt. When this was a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, I guess, maybe longer now, probably longer actually. He was sending Johnny different stuff he was printing to test, and I test probably 85% of all the stuff for Johnny. So Johnny's just like, and then I break it. But I break everything. Like, that's just my specialty. Like, if I don't break it, something's the matter, because I break everything. And
you didn't like it, right?
Yeah, he was. But I had the Bullet Farm, which was an outdoor range in Florida, and he was just like, why are you breaking everything? What are you doing? And so I sent him a video of just a spray paint can sitting out at the range that we used to redo the steel targets with, that could not stand up anymore because it's so hot down here. The can had expanded. Like, the bottom, instead of looking like this, was like this.
It bowed out. Yeah.
And then it's like, this is Florida. This is the environment that your stuff is being tested in. And he's like, noted. Got it. And I was like, certain things just don't work here. Like, Cloud Defense, their lights have dramatically improved, but when they first came out with the Owl, broke 2 of them within a week.
Damn. Yeah, I saw there was a video that you had where a guy just walked into the shop and gave you a fucking Cloud Defense light. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, people, or no, that was the mom light. Yeah, that's Sensei Chris. He's his company is AVN, Advanced Night Vision. So I see light on my LW, and that thing's awesome. It is ungodly bright.
Yeah, dude, high quality lights, like when people truly know what they're doing, it's almost like a white laser. It's this
Yeah.
big. I mean, it's nuts. Like a lot of what I see in like some of the really high quality lights is what I'm seeing in this company that is actually a viewer of ours, friend of the channel. He started a company called Goonbeam. Have you ever heard of Goonbeam?
I don't think I have. There's a
It's
lot of companies that are called Goon something, so I might have, but it's not ringing a bell right now.
yeah, yeah. So he started this company where he's hand making everything, and he makes rifle lights that are kind of like a Streamlight knockoff, but he completely does all the guts and everything himself. He does a small little torch called it's the Indestructible EDC. This thing is 1,250 lumens and 85,000 candela. Like it's just like a freaking like the you can't really tell the one in the middle before the spillover. It's just like a white laser. Like I pop it out to 100 yards and it's just like oh it's a fox. You know it's crazy. Yeah, I can't wait to like really stretch the legs on it to kind of see how far it could go. But shout out to him, man. He's a champ because I probably wouldn't, even though I see the value in it, I probably wouldn't put the money out for like a cloud defense or something now, just because I'm like a Streamlight junkie.
Yeah. All right. So somebody in the chat asked how the cloud or the owl broke. So at my range, we one of the original set of berms, we dug out a massive pond. So we would do water drills, like you would get in, like swim across, like in full kit, then come up out of the water and engage targets. If you had that level of training, or we were like running that type of class, it filled with water like that. It's like the O-rings and the whatever grease they had on it wasn't even there. It was there, but it didn't stop anything. And then one of my other guys out there, his came in a few days after mine broke, and he was like, okay, it works, it's all there. He's like, maybe you just have a limit. So there was a puddle, and he just dropped it in the puddle, filled with water, and quit working. So
What?
yeah, so I will give them this. Their customer service is fantastic. They were asking, very pointed questions. What were you doing? How did the water get in it? And we're like, well, here's videos. And they were like, okay, that's awesome. They sent me a shipping label, shipped it out, shipped it back fixed. It now vampire drains the battery. So I have to just have a battery on a charger, and when I'm going to go use that. So because of those issues, I kind of lost faith in the company. My buddy who broke his a few days after I broke mine has one of their handheld lights now, and he swears by the thing. I just haven't bought any more of their stuff because when I bought that light, it was still close to $400. And I was like, what
kind of light?
Choose.
My bad. Sorry about that.
Hey, you're good.
What kind of light did he go to? You said?
He's got whatever. It's their new handheld light. I don't remember what it's called. It's bright as hell though.
But from Cloud.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So get this. So my so even though I got my Pornhub logo up here in the top right hand corner, my typical logo is a blue chem light, right? And it's a long story, but it's blue chem light, DLD, blue. Everything's blue. Blue LEDs in the back. Blue. Like Matt from 2A3D actually made me. Back plates and base plates with the blue chem light and all that shit on it. So like when people do stuff for me, like 1776 is doing some blue battle worn stuff in Cerakote. That's kind of like, it's like an extra special touch when companies do like a blue thing for me, right? So Goonbeam, actually today, I literally got this today. They sent me another. I got two, a pistol light and also an indestructible EDC because I'm actively destroying this indestructible EDC that I showed you first, but I can't break it. Like I've actually been trying to, and I have not broken it yet. So I'm going to work harder on that. And in the back of this, the button that you fire it typically is black, right?
Mm-hmm.
This dude made one that literally glows blue.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, like a really light hue, then you turn it on and, all that. But when you turn it on, the blue turns off and then turn it back off and it's got like a blue hue. It's a clear button. The other cool thing about this is his O-rings are glow in the dark.
Oh, that's cool too. I just
So it's
followed him
like,
on Instagram. I'll have to grab something from him.
yeah, I'll throw a link out here real quick. I do have an affiliate link with his company. So if you want to support the channel, you can do that. Here, Goonbeam, copy, boom, boom, and paste. There you go. Boom. So for all you guys out there, the rifle light is sick, man. He did an excellent job on that. It's I think that one is also 1250 lumens and maybe 55,000 candela. I don't think it's as bright as the 85,000 candela, but it's just so cool, man. And knowing that, like, I mean, he literally labels the shit like the EDC light as indestructible, and he's like, "Yeah, if you break it, I'll just replace it." Like it's cool shit.
Nice.
Okay, sorry. So now I'm remembering that I do have this box from Shooting Gallery New England, so I do want to open it at some point. I believe there are some extremely inappropriate things in it, which is going to make for a good conversation. But before we jump into that, I know you do Glocks, obviously, and so you do for that 150. Are you saying you do like the grip work too, like the undercut, the gas pedal, and all that stuff? Like, really?
Yeah. So if you want, so that's basically everything. If you just want stippling, no undercuts or anything like that, it's 100.
Damn, that's not bad at all, man. And I've seen your work, man. You got some clean shit. If somebody wanted just dicks stippled all over it, would that be the same price? Yeah.
I literally have just dicks sitting right here on a lone wolf frame, but
Nice. Hell yeah.
YouTube picking those up.
You know what? See if you can pop the slide off, and we'll see if we can put you on full screen, and we'll take a closer look at it. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's hard to tell. Oh yeah, I can kind of see some dicks up in there.
It's on my Instagram. If you scroll around, you'll be able to see them.
Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. That I knew the moment I saw that, I was like, holy shit, this guy is one of us, man. He's because I told you about some builds that I haven't really started yet. I do officially have one piece. What's up, Zapov? Good to see you, brother. It's been a long time, man. So I told you we're going to start. We have a couple community builds we're going to do. The Gay R15, which is basically going to be an AR with dicks all over it. The Gay K47.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to do stupid shit like a bayonet with a dick on it and like just ridiculous shit. And after I saw your dick stipple, I was like, fuck, man, we could build a Gay Lock 17, Bob said just dicks, left my ass off. Yeah, dude. So to take it even like a step further, C&T Designs, he's got a great channel. He does a lot of like hardcore metal work, and his thing is he does plasma cuts. So like he could do like a Wick actual plasma cut for your, you know, background and shit like that. So you can actually hang like a steel cut up there. It's cool shit. Yeah, he's done a bunch of stuff for us. So he sent me a dong, like you know, an AK dong grip. So we're gonna have one of our viewers that's a woodworker reshape it into like an anatomically correct penis.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna be like next level stupid, but it's also gonna be hilarious because I got to test it, you know. So I'm gonna have to go to a public range with a gun with just covered in dicks. Oh, dude, it's gonna be hilarious. Yeah.
So
So
there's a couple of videos ago on Johnny's page when we were the one talking about, hey, we need, you know, ambassadors for Johnny. So if you have X number of followers and whatnot, if at one point you see him hold up a piece of paper in the background, he quickly like sharpied a dick on the paper and then just holds it up in the video.
what?
And it's like, I love it. None of us are remotely mature at all in that
No.
shop.
Yeah, that's what I love about it, man. Like, and honestly, I will say, like, the thing that like kind of, you know, made me like really catch on and like watch some of Johnny's shit is his attention to safety. Like, that's something that you don't really see too often. You know, there's a level, like I worked at a shop for like 5 years ish, and there's a certain point where some dudes, when they're around firearms like all day professionally, and some dudes can kind of lose respect for it in a way and start to operate a little too casually around firearms. And I just every time he does like, you know, trigger work, and he's like talking about bending like the cruciform, which I've had to do before, and you know, shit like that. It's like he has special attention to safety, and he understands the platform like fucking no other. And it's just cool shit, man. He's a freaking champ.
Yeah. No, he's been doing it for a really long time. So
Mm-hmm.
it was actually funny. A few months back, he had to go back for the advanced armors course just to keep his certificate up, and
Yeah.
you get, I forget how long, you have like hours to complete this thing. He did it in under an hour. Like, and the instructor was just like, you did everything perfectly. And he's like, well, it's almost like I'm Johnny Glock or something. And he was like, if you don't mind, I can now just like people that are having issues, I can just like help them and teach them shit in the class. Yeah. So he spent the rest of the however many hours it was, just like helping other people in the class like learn shit.
Being an instructor.
Yeah.
That's funny shit. Zapov says, I'm so glad you're well. I'll be in and out. The struggle, Allah Islam continues. Love you, man. BRB. Love you too, brother. And yeah, there's a lot to catch up on, man. It's you know, craziness going on in the world. Wick's framework is legit from Will.
He's my buddy who's over in Miami. How many guns have I done for you now anyway, Will?
Yeah, I gotta say, man, it's cool as shit to watch you, and like you're like live at a gun show or somewhere at the shop at the, you know, and you go live, you put the little on air thing on, which is awesome, and you literally just take a gun and you're like, oh, I'm just stippling it, and you do the shit like live right there, and people can actually watch you do it. And the other cool one though, although it's dope to watch you live and like talk and fuck around like while you're stippling, the other one is like when you're at a show and somebody brings you a frame, and you do like a before, and then you kind of zoom in on it, and then you take it away and it's done, and it's just like, holy transformation, Batman. It says you've done 2 for him now.
Will, why do you have a professional picture of yourself? Like, you look far more gangster in real life. Like, you need to change your profile picture.
Yeah, you need to switch to the gangster pick, and then maybe do. You should actually roll with the gangster pick, like on like business cards and shit like that, man. Like throw up like gang signs and stuff like that.
Speaking of business cards, I'm not good at this tech crap at all, and I saw in the Instagram like advertisements this dot card thing where you can just like tap a phone and all your shit pops up.
What?
Yeah. So it's I don't know how it works. Sorcery, magic, dragons, I don't know. But like
Definitely fucking
also what you
witchcraft.
have to do is like tap the phone to it and now it pulls up on a little website. Um so I have the thing turned off to be able to tap it, but there's a QR code on the back. And then when it opens, it shows dot or whatever, then pulls up all your social.
What?
Yeah, and you can set it up however you want. So you can have, I have Instagram, YouTube, Telegram, my phone number, Cash App, and PayPal because people like to pay me with those at the shows. So what I had the one of the guys at work do is I just had him scan the card, and then
Yeah.
he printed a big version of the little QR thing. And I just hang that on the front of my cart now, so I have to constantly be like, here, because I don't want someone to walk off with the card. But yeah, it's great, and I put that the same link because it just at the website or whatever. So I put that link in my bio on Instagram. So
Mhm.
it's like a link tree, but I paid $20 and I have it forever. I think. I don't know.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. I've never even heard of that shit before.
Yeah, somebody showed it to me, like told me about it at the Virginia show, and then magically my feed had just like a ton of the different things in it. I was like, oh, that's lovely.
Hold on.
Um,
What show were you at in Virginia?
Chantilly.
What the fuck? Dude, I'm
I
within
think
an
that's
hour
show.
from that thing. When were
Yeah,
you there?
the past two of them, three of them, whatever. I'll be at the next one too.
Bro, okay. I'll be at the next one.
Okay.
One. Two, I'd like to invite any of the viewers that are out here or any of the people that are watching this on replay. Um, I'll be out there so anybody can come. You know, it won't be like the annual meet and greet. We will be doing the Iraq veteran 88 shoot this year too. But I think it'll be cool for like, we got a handful of people that are in like the Virginia, Maryland, DC kind of like little nook there. And yeah, dude, that's like literally like near where I grew up.
Nice.
Yeah, man, that's so cool.
Let's see, where is it? I don't remember what it's called.
The Nation's Gun Show at the Dulles Expo Center.
Yeah. So, are you going to CanCon?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, so it's Silencer Shop and Recoil Magazine is doing CanCon. It's a range day vendor thing, massive outdoor gun show from what it sounds like. Um, but every gun that's fired is going to have a can on it. And it doesn't matter what it is. Like there will be cans for everything. So that's going to be cool. Like I'm going to that.
Dude, hell yeah, that's freaking awesome. That sounds dope. Man Against Asses says Dark's backup channel is called Dicks Are Us, and the Dirt McGird says Cocks and Socks. That sounds disgusting and squishy, and I don't want to think about that. And no, lower third co-witness is witchcraft. That's terrible. Don't you need absolute co-witness? Jeez. Will says, ask about your tactical van.
So I drive a 2005 Dodge Caravan that has a bunch of dents in it, and you would have no idea that there's usually like $5 to $8 grand worth of guns and body armor, like my own personal kit and this case that goes with me everywhere. And there plus whatever other stuff I carry. I have the back two bucket seats and the back bench seat are gone, so it's just the two front seats. I have a bed built in the back. The driver's side slide passenger door, like the sliding one. My stippling cart rolls in and out of there. I have a little ramp, rolls in, just locks in place. I don't even have to put straps down. Like, I built a wood floor, so the floor sticks up about this far, and the cart has a little channel that it fits in perfect, so it doesn't move if it's in there.
So you can literally stipple like in your van, or that's for moving it from?
I upload it and do it that way. I can take it to the different shows and whatnot. Like, on the way back from the last Virginia show, I was like, I might as well make money on the way home and save people shipping and handling for, having to mail the gun to and from the shop. So I posted my like GPS route and was like, if you are close to this route and you want me to do your gun, send me a message and I will stop along the way. So what should have been like a day drive home turned into like 3, because I just kept stopping for people along the way.
So next time you come up here for the next Chantilly show, could we, after the show, like go somewhere and have you stipple one of my guns and do a live stream or something?
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. So you don't have kids?
I have one, but she lives with her mom.
Oh, okay. How old?
Yeah. 9.
Okay. I was just joking around. I got one. She's 5. She's a psychopath just like her mom, but she's awesome. I love her. John Crump Live, what's up, brother? He's also in Virginia, and I'm sure he'd be down to come to the show as well. And if maybe we can catch people in in transit, if y'all want to stop by Virginia, man, I would love to meet with y'all fools in person. Oh, good point. Links to Wick's shop. The mods out there, if you guys could grab Wick's Instagram, and so you do YouTube too, right?
Yeah, I just started. I don't even have 100 people on there. It's more of I should probably have a YouTube just because, and then I don't remember to post things on it.
Hell yeah, dude! I'll definitely help. So guys, a couple things for the mods out there. If you guys could post his Instagram in chat and also post his YouTube in chat, we got about 60 folks in here. If you guys could please make sure you go to his channel, subscribe, click the notification bell, click all notifications and all that. Then you guys can, stay up on that. And I promise to afterwards chat and I'll give you like all the shit that I wish people told me in the beginning of starting a YouTube. I'll help in any way that I can, even though I'm just a little stupid channel.
Oh, where'd it go? Jeff asked if I do the Tampa gun show. I do. I've done the Tampa gun show for years. So you'll see my my little green cart since I upgraded to my Harbor Freight cart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Before I would just bring my stippling stuff in a Pelican case and just set up on a table. That was a massive pain in the ass. And I was like, how do I do this the lazy way? And I'm like, I have it all in the cart. I have the lights, everything. All I have to do is plug stuff in. So I was like, this will make life much easier.
Dude, that's dope. Oh, hell yeah. They dropped your YouTube link in chat. And yeah, like he said, he's Wick __ actual on Instagram. So check him out there. And oh my God, Martin Kaminsky. Important question. Is the stippling circumcised or uncircumcised?
Well, it's a ref, so it's not going to matter at that point.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's like a distance dick.
It's funny though. They're they're about that big. So if you've seen the rice pattern, which is one of a very popular pattern that basically everybody that does framework does, it's about the same size as one of those. So for the hidden dick pattern, like if you mix it in with the rice grain, like it works out really well. And then when someone's inspecting their gun, you hand it to a buddy, and they're just like,
Yeah.
"It's on your gun." It's like, yes,
Dude, it was hilarious. Like, there was a video where you were showing the rice pattern, and it was like, wow, that shit's clean. It looks good. And then it kind of zooms in, and you're like, wow, that's a dick. And then it
yep.
zooms out. It's like, but then you can't really tell, when it zooms out. So like, I definitely need to do that. But I think like I may just do a dick pattern with like one hidden rice.
That'd be
Um,
fun. That would be fun.
so I have to open this package. Shit may get really weird. Are you down with that?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody out there knows Shooting Gallery New England. If it didn't, like, if I wouldn't totally dox myself by showing like the address I had to send to and like all that shit, I would actually show you guys the box, because like I had to hit him up and ask him like, bro, did you send it like this, or is this like an accident? Because it was closed off using like blue painter's tape, which is like made to have a light adhesive to remove, and it was like literally all but open. I mean, it was just like flapping in the wind, and like I can literally just flap it, so it was kind of hilarious. But luckily, everything is. Yeah, look at that. It's a nice little painter's tape. Everything seems to be in it. From I haven't thoroughly inspected it, but yeah. So we'll start. Um, he gave me a little like not a little. I mean, it's 3 fucking pages, but I'll start this. He told me that I absolutely had to read it word for word and no exception. And Morningstar, what's up, brother? I need to make sure that we connect for the website stuff. And yes, Shooting Guy New England is still in chat. That's awesome. Okay, so it says dark. In this box contains your. This box contains. I think it should say this box contains, because in this box contains. Well, that's okay. This box contains your basic Boogaloo survival kit. Okay. Every item serves crossed out, both spelled differently, and then serves spelled correctly a purpose. No joke. It's literally what it says. That's fucking awesome. It's okay. I left high school at 15. Don't feel bad. I have collected only the finest articles that helps you in Boog on the highest difficulty. Okay, so number 1. Jiminy Crickets. Okay, number 1. This blaze orange vest will identify you as a true baller. You earn 3 points in your street cred just for owning it. Okay. That's all. I think this is like it's like a hunter safety vest. So that way all the homies know. So I guess it's the idea of the blue chem light, right? So we don't like shoot each other during the boog. And it's mossy oak. Okay. If I ever go hunting with people I don't trust, I will wear that. Or I'll wear it in the boog. I'll wear it in the boog. 2, due to years of keyboard work, your hands get jacked. This Hogue grip, oh my god. This Hogue grip will gain accuracy to hit targets at 5,000 yards. For a SIG 320, we all know SIG 320s can shoot to 5,000 yards. That's verifiably true. Thank you. I will say, if there's somebody in chat that enjoys Hogue grips and owns a 320, let me know. Happens to not be me. I'm still grateful though, Shooting Gallery New England. Thank you. 3, we all need gear. This 1022 QD mount allows your chain to hang low. Chain to hang low. Okay, hold on. BTM barrel band black with integrated QD silver swing. Damn, this is Samson Manufacturing. Holy shit. Dude, that's actually some nice shit right there, man. This would indeed make my chain hang low. Damn, yeah, Samson is some good shit, man. They actually make, I'm pretty sure Samson like knows the deal. They're like, so they have this like screw-on vertical grip, but like you install the little attachment M-lock, right? And then it just looks like a little tiny like nub or like hand stop or something. So it's like totally legal. But then you can thread on a vertical grip. It's almost like they know. They're like, you know, you want to put this throwaway vertical grip on there? Okay, sorry. Number 4, this master lock serves no purpose, but figure it out. Okay. TSA accepted master lock. Think that will likely be put to use when I go through airports with guns. Thank you. Where is it? Chamber flags. Chamber flags are throwing stars. Let anyone tell you different. Holy fuck. Okay, a bunch of fucking chamber flags. I could see how these could be throwing stars. You could definitely fuck someone's day up with these. Hey, crack them in the eye one good time. Just a bunch of fucking random chamber flags. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. Okay, we'll put those there. Number 6, hand sanitizer. Many uses. No need to not have PPE in the boog. That's true. And this is a Christmas winter candy apple. Who am I kidding? I don't use hand sanitizer. But I mean, that's very Christmassy. So thank you for the happy polar bear there. 7, in order to show your street cred, you need a necklace. This, oh fuck. No fucking way. Oh, more chamber flags. Dude. Okay, hold on. In order to show your street cred, you need a necklace. This pink necklace will also help protect vitals. It's one of those hot topic like chokers. Okay, I gotta put this on now. All right, let's see how this goes. Wick is like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Oh no, that's for when you need to infiltrate Antifa.
Oh, what a great idea. Fuck, I should have thought of that. Damn, that would totally work too, bro. I would need to get like a really stupid neck tat and then like partially cover it up with this, you know? Oh my god. Dude, my thick ass neck is not gonna fit this. This is for like a German Shepherd or like a young white girl named Allie. Oh fuck.
Did you just assume the young white girl's gender? Because if you're wearing that,
That's true. Sadly, this won't fit my massive meat neck. So what I'll have to do is put this on my first human pet in the boog. Which I know after a while, you know, I'm not too far from DC. I moved, but I'm still not too far from DC. So what I'll do is I'll go there, and then you know I'll get a couple human pets, and then bring them back, and then like full boogaloo fashion, I'll like hold on to them by like this and have them like growling and shit like that. And you colored out the cost partially with a pen. That was admirable. Wow. This I'm a little concerned that this like came to your mind and you it adjusts. Oh, it adjusts. Okay, yeah, I'll work on that. Thank you. Thank you, Shooting Gallery New England. I should have thought of that. It protects the jugular vein. I could see that like causing a ricochet of some sort, especially if you nail the heart. If you get the heart, it's gonna ting right off that. Number 8, if you need kitchenware, the magnetic tray has you covered. Oh shit. Dude, that's actually fucking dope. I need something like that for my workbench. Like I literally use like bullshit magnets for stuff like that. This actually will like really help me. Thank you.
We have those all over the shop. Like literally, they're everywhere.
Yeah, dude. I like will never lose tiny metal pieces again. Who am I kidding? I'll still lose shit with it, but this is good shit, and it's Pittsburgh Automotive, so I can only use that in a vehicle. Number 9. I hope you never need this, but fuck. Oh my god. No fucking way. I can't show this. See, I thought this was going to be something like lube. I hope you never need these, but handcuffs will instantly give you security on a psychological level that no one else has. And they're lavender, fuzzy handcuffs. I mean, the crazy thing is that, like, if you ever needed to, like, for real put cuffs on somebody, and you're like, freeze! And then you put fucking lavender, fuzzy, pink handcuffs on someone, dude, that would fuck with them so much up until the point that they die. Dude, bro, Shooting Gallery New England, dog, this is excessive. I'm glad that it wasn't lube or a phallic shaped object. I definitely thought it was going to be a dick, or something that makes dicks slippery. I totally and a tourniquet. Yeah. Oh, that's right. This could be a fucking tourniquet. See, you guys, man, when we put our minds together. Okay, I'm trying. Oh, okay. Look at the packaging. Ow, ow. Wow. Okay, let's see. I gotta open them up. I gotta make sure they work. Oh my god, that's actually quite comfortable. Okay, so there's no fucking way. Oh my god. All right, let's see. I don't even think my hand is gonna fit in there. Ow, 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 ow. See, I think I have to take off the fuzzy part. Oh my god, it wasn't in the lock. That's why. Oh, it works. Okay. Yep. The fuzzy is less comfortable when it's cutting off your circulation, but yeah, you know what I may do? I may take the fuzzy one part off, and I may put the fuzzy ones like on my real fucking Smith & Wesson handcuffs. That would be awesome. Shooting Gallery New England, thank you. I will put these on my kit, and I'll take the flex cuffs, the zip tie cuffs, and chuck them. All I need is these. That's awesome. So putting this aside to be used for later. Oh, and the keys. I can't lose the keys. Hope you never need these. Okay, so page 3, number 10. This P80. Okay, hold on. Dude, okay. This is fucking dope. All right, so hold on. So this is him like shouting out the whole community here. Okay, so first off, Um, Polymer 80. Number 10. This P80 explains itself. You will now be boog ready. May the force be with you. Okay, so it says it is Flat Dark Earth PF940C, and it is indeed a hell yeah, a 19 size P80 from Shooting Guy New England with the rails, with the bits, and oh snap! And it's the silver bits, which are much nicer. And in here, he also included. See, this is cool as fuck. So 2E 3D Print makes these. Oh shit! My bad. I'm accidentally clicking shit. 2E 3D Print makes these drill guides, and these are like perfect to use with your P80. It keeps your drill, Dremel, whatever, super like aligned when you're going into the. That's the kit I gave him at the event last year. What? No way. We've all done it before. I've got these in 4 other colors, and I will actually give these back to the community. I got a few guys that could use them, and he gave me a bunch of stickers, and I got a deck of Keltec playing cards that have like the KSG, the RFB, I think it is, and that's fucking dope. I love cards. I love playing spades and go fish and stuff. And then he gave me a bunch of fucking badass stickers, like Aussie stickers, tactical girth stickers. Like it's not fat, it's tactical girth, which is perfect for me. So damn, dude, Shooting Guy New England, bro. Thank you, man. That's awesome. Now, below it, he says, in all seriousness, thanks for all the support and friendship. None of this stuff can help you if shit hits the fan. Minus the P80, LOL. I know you will get better use out of it, out of the frame than I will. Sincerely, Joe with Shooting Guy New England. Bro, thank you. I appreciate that, man. That's cool shit. Yeah, so I don't know if you know this, but so in the People's Republic of Communist Massachusetts, sorry. In Massachusetts, he would actually have to serialize it and register it within 7 days of manufacturing it. And him and I were talking, and he was like, dude, I just, I don't want to have to go through the fucking hassle so close to the and all that. Oh, and actually, 2A 3D Print. I did want to let you know. I actually gave one of the base plates to Angry Sarge, and dude, it meant so fucking much to him. Like I just surprised him with it because him and I were sending stuff back and forth, and this meant so much. So thank you, like you making this shit, and then giving me the ability to give something to someone else. That was huge. So thank you, and thank you, Joe, who's Shooting Guy New England. You're the shit, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, and you made it fun. And now I have a collar that I can put on young white women, so that'll be good. So sorry about that. A little bit of.
So I did something similar to my buddy Adam, the owner of Grey Gorilla Tactical.
Oh, really?
So it's a body armor company. Well, he was not at his shop warehouse. I was. There was nobody else there. He also made the mistake of giving me the alarm codes so I can just go in anytime I want.
Oh, shit.
So I proceeded to go to the porn shop, walked up to the girl at the front, and I'm like, I need everything that is a dick gag that you have. Like, if it can be used for a prank, I need it. She's like, the Bachelorette section is that way. I bought all of it.
Oh my god.
His entire office was dick candy, dick glitter, dick pasta. There were cardboard cutouts of dicks dressed like Where's Waldo, and they said Where's Willie on them.
Oh my
Everywhere.
god.
Like, the dick glitter, he's never gonna stop finding that. Like, it's like the same size as the dick stipple bit. He's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh my god. Have you seen those dick straws?
There wasn't a place that I could put those, so I didn't buy that. But the little eraser toppers, I bought like a full of them and put one over each one of his thumbtacks on his pegboard.
Okay, now here's the funny thing. Okay, I'm sure I'm gonna guess you're not a millionaire, right?
Right.
How much did you spend on filling your friend's office with dicks?
It was like $60.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it was way less than I thought. Will, it's right here. He just asked where that gun was.
Let me see it. Oh, nice. Is that that's the 9mm?
Yep.
Nice, dude. That's sick, man. That's a hell of a gun, man. And that takes Scorpion mags, right?
Glock mags.
Glock mags, really?
Yep.
Okay. Now, did you kit that thing out yourself, or did you have someone else do it?
So I put the balance on ink on it, the stream light on it, the folding arm brace.
You put the folding brace on it?
Yeah.
Did you have to drill through the trunnion with an 8mm bit to get?
Nope.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. No, SP Tactical is like 35 minutes away from me. So.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. Jason, one of the founding guys of it. I don't know if you probably have seen him on the internet. He's a big dude, overweight. Basically, his entire content is just being like, "Look, I'm rich. I can afford to mag dump machine guns.
Yeah.
That don't all fit into my walk-in." Like, he has, like, his gun room is bigger than my gun room, and like I have mine like spread out. Like, his are next to each other, and they don't all fit.
Yeah.
And they're all like Class 3 stuff.
Somebody said I Spy in 1897. I think 1897. What? 18. Oh, the trench gun. Is there?
I don't know. They came into the pawn shop that's connected to Johnny's shop, and I was like, "I'll take them."
Does that one shotgun?
I bought them and hung them on the wall.
Does that one shotgun have a hammer?
This is right here. This is a lever action shotgun. Because
no, the one below that. The one right below it. Does that one have a hammer on it, or is that the pegboard?
This?
Yeah.
No, it's just a pump.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, it looked like it had a hammer.
The one above it does. It's a single break action. This one.
Okay, okay. And that one, I'm sorry, I cut you off. So the lever action shotgun, it looks like a semi, but it's got a lever action on it. So that's actually lever action. Okay.
Yeah, it's Black Aces. You know, not a great gun, but for the price, it's fun. And they're 3 hours away from me.
Nice, that's dope. And the Glockish gun that's right in front with the titanium nitride barrel on the Nomad frame, people are asking what that is. So let them know kind of what that build is.
All right, so this is a Nomad frame. It's which one is this? The 9S. With a Zafari Precision sliding barrel. because Safari makes amazing stuff, and they're like an hour away from me, which is useful. All Johnny internals. The trigger shoe, Johnny designed the trigger shoe, so it's the Vex Ranger Proof. Manufactures them for us. And then it has the hidden dick stipple pattern on it.
Nice.
And then it's got some Glock night sights on it. I think they're just those Glock. I don't remember if they're actually Glock made or somebody else. Like, they were just in my drawer, and I'm like, oh, sights. I didn't even know I had these, and put them on this.
Yeah. Dude, if you've got a bunch of like Glocks laying around and you want to upgrade the sights for like nothing, 1776 has aluminum 3-dot sights for $20, and they're metal sights. They're fucking excellent.
Oh, that's cool. Have Will, tell them in the chat, not touching my phone, what distances can I shoot a Glock with no sights and hit a zone steel from, like, consistently?
Oh shit.
This way, it's not me being like, hey, I can do something. It's letting somebody who's been to my range that I've known for a while now.
Now, were you saying with no sights installed?
Yeah, no sights on the gun. Literally just flat top.
Nice. I think
like
I would. Oh, that's dope. What's that?
That's another Safari.
Nice. Is that a Gen 4?
No, this is a 5.
Gen 5. Okay.
It's the new slide they just came out with.
5,000 yards. Like the SIG 320 grip. I would say I would max out at 100 yards. I mean, I can ring still, I can hit a silhouette at 100 yards with a Glock. I could see myself doing it with no sights, but it'd be some adjustments probably.
Consistently, I can do it at about 100 yards. When I push it out to 150, it's mainly just because it's hard to see the A-zone steel at 150. I mean, the target's that big. So you're just like, where is it? I should have painted that a brighter color before I started shooting.
Yeah, I mean, your sights, like your Glock sights, cover a silhouette at basically at 100 yards. So like that's why I started like looking at some of the shit. The sights I got from the 1776, they're thinner, so it's like it helps a little bit when you're shooting a little bit further out. But you guys are gonna like this. Coming up very soon here in the near future, I'm gonna be doing at least 1 yard on the back plate. That's a good point. Goonbeam, you missed us talking all great about you and shit like that. And actually, Wick says he's going to check you out too. And I got to show off my new glowy blue EDC. So thank you for that, man. I appreciate you.
Since we're now talking about the terminal list and the tomahawk used, this is a Winkler knife. So that's the same guy that makes that tomahawk.
No shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Box is back there.
Holy shit. That's pretty fucking awesome. And I notice that you have, let me look up here. What's that one knife in between the L-dub and the, I can't tell what that other AR is. It's got the Kydex. Yeah.
This is the Laredo Bowie from Cold Steel.
Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, the Laredo Bowie is an excellent blade. Is that
They were good. Like, for their price points, they are good knives.
Is that the SK5 steel or? Like the 1095 high carbon.
The O1 high carbon.
Oh, okay. Okay, nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
tool steel is like awesome for knives.
so for anybody out there that may or may not know. So the old Laredo Bowies that used to use SK5 high carbon steel, um, well, SK5. Then they came out with a 1095 high carbon, and then they've done it in a few different runs. You can get the Sanmai 3 steel, which it's like a fucking $500 blade. The steel is worth it, but it's the cost of a Glock. I mean, nowadays you can buy one. Just to plug 1776 again, a bunch of you guys have already bought the kits. Right now, they got a Gucci Glock for $380. You get a frame, you get a True Shot lower parts kit, you get the slide parts kit, you get a gold flush cut crowned barrel, gold titanium nitride, and as a very precision magwell, all for $380, which is like stupid. They're losing money on it, but they're trying to do it and get it out before the rule change because fuck the ATF. That's why. But backing up a little bit, so the older Laredo Bowies came with a very traditional sheath that literally just had one rivet through the leather. So you would actually belt it, and the only thing that stopped it from sliding around in your, pants was that one rivet that just holds it. It keeps it from slipping through. And
Right.
Then they finally came out with the one in the new steel that has that Kydex sheath, and I was like, oh man, I finally was going to take the plunge, but I still haven't purchased one.
I traded a piece of railroad track for it.
Really?
Yep.
No shit.
And I found the railroad track, so.
I was going to say, what was the value of the railroad track?
It's just a chunk like this big, but people make anvils out of them, and he wanted it to make anvils for making jewelry. And he was like, I forget what I had it posted for. I was just like, hey, give me whatever, make offers, I'll take trades too. And he's like, I've got this knife. I'm like, deal.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. Now, I was just reminded of something. So you make some other stuff too. You make some carbon fiber knives.
Yep.
You make some weapons in plain sight, like the titanium marker and shit like that.
Titanium marker, screw U marker, which is basically a drill bit that I reprofile, so it's the helix blade, and it's in a marker housing as well. That one removes chunks on the way out. A carbon fiber marker. If you go on my page, you will see my carbon fiber markers on airplanes. Just saying. Because, as long as you know how to social engineer your way through things and put things in the correct places, nobody has a reason to look at them twice.
Yeah.
So I also make steel knives. I make them out of whatever the customer wants or just whatever I have around. Like I got 2 old sawmill blades. I mean, they're like this big, like old sawmill blades. I got them out of an antique store, and I plasma cut one up into a bunch of blade blanks, and then I'm just going from there. The thing I don't like about the sawmill blades is after they're tempered and heat treated and all that's done, they're brittle. You can't pry with them, like it snaps. They hold an edge. They look good, so I'm sticking to smaller knives with them. More like stuff that you're going to use every day, box cutting and crap like that.
Yeah. And are you making the Kydex on those?
Yeah. So, you follow like Ed's manifesto or anything like that?
Yeah.
All right. So, like, the Pioneer Woman knives that he recommends. So I want to say this is the 3rd gen Pioneer Woman knife. Handle mod that I do. So it's actually like grippy.
Oh, nice, dude.
and then here's a Kydex sheath
With
to go with
the
it.
is that the Teflon or Kevlar rope around it?
No, this is just paracord. So I
Oh,
give you options for how you want to carry it. You know, you can have it on your belt, or you can take the paracord. And I did a donut print because it's a kitchen knife,
nice.
and it's just funny.
Yeah.
But it serves two purposes. Um, it's food. It's food related. It is a kitchen knife. It is a paring knife. Like, oh, well, why do you have that sheath? Well, it's it's a kitchen knife. It doesn't come with a way to keep me from poking myself, so I just I have the sheath. I use it for eating. You can pull the. I'm a germaphobe, and I don't like to use cutlery that's been provided to me at a restaurant because too many times I've seen food baked on. I mean, there's a bunch of ways that you can fucking talk your way out of shit.
Yeah.
Um,
I carry my utensils in my waistband. Just have a spoon on the right side, you know.
yeah. I mean, it's you go to another country, like depending on what you do, like like if you aren't able to acquire a firearm real quick, first stop, go to a grocery store, any type of market, buy whatever the best paring knife they have is, some saran wrap, and a block of cheese. The
Mm,
cheese is now your sheath. You literally just have the knife stuck down in there. You wrap the saran wrap around it. You now have a legitimate reason as to why you have a knife on you. Well, it's to cut the cheese. It's for snacks. Like then in your bag, you have an apple, some crackers, whatever. It's one of those things like a very smart officer or anybody who would be messing with you is going to know you're full of shit when you're saying that. But at the same time, you're not going to run into a lot of very intelligent people.
you may
When
need
it
to
comes,
replace the cheese. A week into it, you got green moldy cheese. You're like, yeah, it's for my cheese, you know?
yeah, but you go to some of the other countries out there, you spend $1 and they think they're ripping you off, and you get like a plate of food, like a lobster, like
Yeah,
every size you could want in a Corona. And
yeah,
stupid American gave me $1. It's like, haha, in America, this is like a $90 plate of food. So joke's on
yeah,
you.
yeah. Dude, that's crazy, man. I could see myself because some of the kitchen knives nowadays come with like blade covers, you know, so you could probably fashion something to them. But that's so there's a company out there. Um, oh my God, how am I drawing a blank on this? Wetworks. Wetworks does the same thing. You know, kitchen knives, Kydex, like disposable knives, and it's really dope. And I should get them on the show one day. But same kind of idea. It's nice like Kydex rigs and throwaway kitchen knives that are plentiful. You can get them anywhere and everywhere. And I posted a video. Funny thing, a lot of people shit on knives, man, and they like drastically underestimate the things that you can do with a knife. Like this tool is remarkable. Now I know you have the nearly $1,000 Damascus microtech.
This one is
Oh,
funny. The little Damascus Microtech is more than the Scarab 2 Microtech, and it's big.
it's crazy. Flick that the Damascus one in and out again. Damn, that's crazy. So for you guys out here that don't know, that is like an $800 Damascus OTF, and I want you guys to appreciate the craftsmanship. They go like Heretic and Microtech are fucking crazy, and it makes these Oh yeah. Oh man. Is that color case hardened?
Oh no, this is carbon fiber.
Oh, carbon fiber. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell in the light, but that's beautiful, man. That's a
Yeah,
hell of a fucking
Heretic
knife.
knives are great too.
Yeah, heretics are awesome. This is my blue glowy uh, PWEDC knife. Actually, it's important to ask: have you ever heard of a term? It is called PWEDC. It's an acronym.
I don't think so.
So PWEDC is a way of hiding things. Ed Calderon had mentioned, something similar before. A lot of survivalists have brought it up. It's PWEDC stands for Prison Wallet Everyday Carry. And this happens to be one of those, finely shaped and sized items.
I have the little one too.
Oh, nice. Is that the Heretic? Oh, that's the Microtech.
Yeah, this is Marphone signature Hellhound and UTX 70.
Carlos Last says, Wick is so fancy.
I am broke as shit. What's funny is I have in this room there's probably like $50,000 worth of really cool shit, and I have less than $200 to my name.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
we gotta change that, man. Fuck that. When do you get paid?
Oh no, because when I do have more, the wall gets cooler.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
It's one of the downsides to doing the gun shows. Like, stuff walks by.
Yeah.
People, but especially during, oh no, we're not in a recession according to the government.
Yeah.
People walk by and they're like, "Hey, I have this $800 gun," and you throw out a number like, "I'll give you $250 for it. I'll give you $300 for it." Sometimes they say yes, and you're like,
Jesus Christ.
"There you
Yeah.
go."
Dude, I've seen it firsthand, man. Like, it's fucking unbelievable. And so part of that I think comes from so dealers. So people get this idea in their mind, like, I bought a Glock for 550, so therefore I'm gonna bring it back to the dealer I bought it from and get 500, maybe 450, and then the guy's like, yeah, I'll give you 250 for it. Right? So then they say fuck that and they start walking around the show, and you're like, oh, I'll give you 350, and they're like, fuck yeah, because comparatively, it's like, shit, that's a win. I've gotten their Glocks that I have. I got some Gen 2 Glocks. I love Gen 2s. I got one Gen 2 19 in there that I got for $300, and I actually have one. I found one current day at a local shop for $318. I'm about to go pick it up. It's a Gen 2 17.
Nice.
Yeah, it's hard to find that type of shit nowadays.
Yeah, no, it's for a little while, it was impossible to get anything. There were people selling stock guns for 4 times what they valued at when everyone was panicking. About the
Yeah.
same time when you couldn't buy toilet paper.
Yeah, man. My family, the same family that said that I was crazy for, stocking firearms, ammunition, armor, and shit the way that I do, and food and water and plants, and I have strawberries and tomatoes and all sorts of shit like that. So sorry, it's like a fidget spinner. So they all called me crazy and all this shit and weapon obsessed. And anyway, during that time in our lives, the summer of love, I think it's called, they were like, "Oh, I should become armed too." My brother calls me and he's like, "Man, I'm gonna pick up a Glock." And I was like, "Well, describe it to me. What is it?" He's like, "It's a Gen 3. Okay, what's the price on it?" $900.
Yeah.
He bought it. He bought it. And my brother, my actual brother, if you're in chat right now, I'm sorry, but you paid like $9 or $9.50 for a Gen 3 Glock, which I'm about to go buy one that is functionally exactly the fucking same for $318 a year and a half later. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Not only that, but that same time period when all the people that, like, you know, a week prior were like, oh, we don't like guns, we don't like this, that we're going out and buying them, and then realizing, oh, we need training. The amount of those assholes that showed up at my range because they found me on the internet and saw that I could do all this fucking cool shit, that they're like, oh, he does stuff like the cool people in movies do. And I'm like, no, I actually do it. They're fake shit.
Yeah.
And thought that I would be able to teach them to do what has taken me half of my life to be able to do in under an hour. And like I'd be going through the basics, teaching them basic gun handling. Like, well, why aren't we able to shoot like you? I'm like, because I've done this for 15 years. I have an obscene amount of training behind me, and I've put more rounds downrange than the gun store sells ammo in its entire existence where you bought this gun. Like,
yeah, people don't take training seriously, man. And the people that do finally like stand up and have the balls to go get training, usually what I've seen aren't like psychologically ready for training, right?
Yeah.
They their ego is in it. They worry too much about what they look like and, you know, being judged, and, you know, to really go in and get training and have it be highly effective, you gotta just, you know, say fuck it to the ego and the pride, and you have to like truly put yourself in the position of a student, and you can't just commit to a class. You have to commit to like a lifestyle of training, growth, and development. And even though like it pains me to spend ammunition at the range, it pains me to fucking blow through ammo, but that's the only way I'm gonna continue to sharpen the axe, you know?
Yep. It's a perishable skill. If you don't do it on a regular basis, you lose it. You can gain it back quickly, but it's not just like, oh, you know, I did whatever in the military 20 years ago. I haven't picked up a gun since then, so I'm just as good as when I got out. It's like, no, you're like 80 pounds over the weight you were in the military. Guns
Yeah.
have changed.
Yep. Dude, I have literally, no exaggeration, I had a guy come in and say, I want the same thing that I was issued in the military. And I said, okay, cool. What were you issued? And he was like, an AR-15. It's like, oh, no, you weren't, you know. But I mean, either way, I was like, all right, let's pick something out. So we go through, we're looking at shit. We're looking at like Stag. We're looking at the Smith & Wesson M&P 15. You know, we're looking at LWRC. We're looking at all sorts of shit. Swear to God, the first gun he asked to see, he turned it over, and I had already checked it, showed him it was clear, passed it over to him. He rolls it over, and he grabs the forward assist, and he's like, and I was like, Jesus Christ. So I was working in the shop during the Sierra Hotel incident where Obama was like, all right, we're, you know, making changes to firearm laws, the school incident. Fuck it, Sandy Hook. And I had guys running in there. ARs were going for like $2,000, and they were coming in, they were like, $2,000, yep, buying it, and then getting ammo. After they passed their background check, they were like, all right, now will you show me how to use it? Is there a shooting range here? I'm like, no, dog, like it's yours. It's legally yours. It's up to you. And of course I still showed them shit just so I didn't have that on my conscience. But like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, no, it's not just that's one of the reasons there's, you know, all this bad press is people just simply don't know, so they believe whatever the The news is telling him, oh, it's a big scary gun, blah, blah, blah. Like, what was it? 30, 40 years ago, maybe longer. A sheriff used to come to school just like driving ed and sex ed and be like, this is a gun. Here's basic gun safety. Don't point this at your friends. Don't point this at your dog. Don't do this. Whatever the gun safety was back then. Like when my dad was in school, like he was like, yeah, my friends and I, we would literally bring our shotguns and like prop them up in the back of the class. He's 86, so this was a while back. But he was like, yeah, none of us ever thought about shooting each other. Like if we had a problem, like we just, go have a fight.
Yeah.
Like what happened to those days?
It's crazy, man. They actually had, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and in some places, probably even the 80s, like shooting classes, shooting 22s, target class in school, literally in school. And there's footage of it all over the fucking internet. And I think they being the government and powerful people that for some reason just want, control, mostly a bunch of Zionist fucks, but they started to strategically remove God from school. They started to strategically remove, as much as they could, two-parent households. They just started this campaign to slowly destroy the familial unit, all that shit. It's all had an impact on.
Well, it's not just that stuff. Like they started removing God. They started removing shop class, home ec, art classes, anything that causes you to think for yourself.
Yeah.
They try to get rid of that because if you think for yourself and you're able to problem solve, like actually problem solve, not the, hey, this curriculum, we're going to ask you this question that has a very obvious answer, so you're going to think you came up with the answer on your own, but it was right in front of you the whole time to give you the illusion of free think or free thought process. Because if you don't think for yourself, you're just going to do whatever's told. Like you're just going to repeat what you're taught, which is our entire school system now. Memorize this so you can repeat it on this test, and you're now smart. No, you're not.
Yep. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I never thought that we would be here, but this is a century of programming. It's just little tiny things, just changing and shifting, and it's crazy. I don't know. I think part of like the removal of like the the home ec, the shop class, I mean there used to be like vehicle shops in some schools where like they would find outlets like working on vehicles and building things, creating things, anything that would help someone or a family be self-sustainable and independent. They've whittled away at over the years, and it's totally shifted. Like our current generation is fucked, man. Every single thing they would ever possibly need is a click away on their phone, and fucking everything that they need to live is run by the government. Water, food, shelter, security, all that shit is all run by the government. And they could turn it off just as easily. Imagine if these fucking kids had to go a day without Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We used to go outside and play.
I still go outside and play.
Yeah, no, I do too. I literally went and I got like a fucking. I saw in the wood. I live right on the wood line, in where I live now, and there was like this log that was like perfect. It's probably like damn near 200 pounds. It's like 150 to 200 pounds, and it's flat on the bottom, and then it's like cut at an angle. So as it sits, it's like a target, like facing you. So it's perfect for like throwing shit.
Nice.
So I went out in the woods and I just fucking grabbed it and lugged it over. I'm, getting all sorts of nasty shit and bugs and shit all over me. And I just start fucking throwing shit and practicing throwing shit. And man, you can get damn good at throwing knives, small like hatchets, tomahawks, and even machetes. You can throw machetes and anything that is like a wedge, a blade, or of some sort. You can fucking throw. Even I was flicking out cheap ass Kershaws and just,
Yeah. No, that's a skill. Like people don't realize it, but rabbits are dumb. You can kill a rabbit with a knife by throwing it at it.
Yeah, squirrels too.
It's dinner.
I've
The
grown to
squirrels down here are not worth it. They're like this big, and most of that's fur. Yeah, no, our squirrel. Everything down here wants to eat you. Like our deer. So, all right, I'll stand up. I'm 6'1" for size reference. That's our deer. They don't get bigger than this. Like they're little tiny fucking things.
Damn. That's
but when I
crazy.
say everything wants to eat them down here, we have alligators.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, everybody knows about that. We have pythons that get big enough to eat the alligators.
What?
Yeah. Like I think it was the last python hunt. So it's a thing that happens in Florida every year. Like we do the python hunt, like the government, like it's a challenge, and like you can actually win money and shit. The biggest one was like 19 feet that somebody brought in.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
That's what somebody brought in. There's bigger ones out there. Like it's like a tree that will eat you. They're huge.
That's crazy, dude. I mean, I would have to imagine like that, like kids and like midgets get eaten by those fucking things. That's crazy. Well, I gotta check on my print real quick. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. All right, one more Glock frame coming up soon. So what do you think? I won't keep you too long, but what do you think? And you shared a little bit. What do you think about the current state of our country, of the world, of where we may be headed? Do you think we're headed to like all out, like kinetic, fucking warfare, or?
Yes and no. So everything's definitely falling apart. Like if you look around and think everything's fine, you need glasses. Now, what's difficult is you get a lot of people that are talking about, oh, we should have a civil war. We should do this. It's like, okay, identify your enemy. Who are they? Where are they?
Yeah.
You get these militia groups, 3% groups, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. It's like, okay, you get like, and I'm in a bunch of those. People keep throwing me in them on Telegram, and most of them are very cringeworthy, just because of what people think will actually work for tactics. And I'll just throw out simple little mind fucks and be like, all right, so this group has 50 members. Have you all met each other? Have you memorized each other's faces? Do you have a uniform or an identifying mark that will be visible from front and back that you are all going to wear? Because none of you really have training. I've only seen maybe 3 people in a group that have any form of training. How are you going to identify each other? How do you know? You're going to see a guy, with what you consider to be like the weaponry that Antifa or the other side would be using. Okay, he didn't know any better. He went on Wish and bought an optic because he didn't know better. And now that's on his gun. So now you're going to use those identifying things to think that he's a bad guy. He just didn't know any better. How are you going to identify your targets? And they'll be like, well, and then like they'll toss out a uniform and be like, so this is gonna be our uniform. I'm like, cool, I'm not getting one of those. And they'll be like, why? I'm like, because that's a downgrade for me. And they'll be like, what do you mean? I'm like, if I pivoted this camera this way, I have 6 fully kitted out things of armor right there.
Yeah.
And extra plate carriers. Like, they'll be like, okay, so we're all going to use this plate carrier. I'm like, yeah, that'll fall apart. That's an airsoft carrier. Well, it's getting good reviews. I'm like, well, yeah, from people playing airsoft that don't have actual plates in it. Because plates weight, plates and movement over time will destroy a carrier.
Yeah.
Because especially if you're getting steel armor. Does steel armor work? Yes. Do your knees like you? Nope, not at all. It's very heavy, slows you down. If you can't afford anything other than steel armor, go for it. You're definitely going to need some form of inertia dampening material in the back.
Yeah.
And you've got to have this fall protection. Otherwise, should you take a round, your neck and your arms are getting filled with fragmentation. So that, because everybody puts up, when they're doing the armor test video, shooting the steel. Hey, look, it stops everything. Okay, so you have your weapon right here. You take a round right here. There's a lot of really important stuff right here. Let's say magically misses your neck. You take a cut in the right spot right here. You've got like maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're going to be unconscious and then dead very shortly after.
Yeah.
Tourniquets are your best friend. 1 is none, 2 is 1, 3 is better. I was out.
Most people don't even have 1, medical, 2, medical training, and 3. Like, I can't tell you how many dudes I've met that has, like, 20 guns, 30 guns, 50 guns, whatever. They got a gun room. They don't have any fucking medical. If they do have armor, they have the cheap steel. Now, I do have sets of cheap steel armor as well, but that's like, I can't always rock the level 4 ceramics with level 3A behind it. If I want to go like...
You don't need 3A backing. If you have level 4 plates, they should be standalone and you don't need any backing for them.
I know. I wanted to go as ridiculous as I possibly could, because it's not just behind the plate, it's full coverage. So like the whole carrier, if I were to take a round from a pistol at like an angle or something, it would still stop it, even if it went around the plate. That kind of.
And so it's also useful for fragmentation and other things. You're up north, where temperature-wise it is significantly nicer. In Florida, we have to think about not just the heat, but the humidity. So you can throw on your kit and be in the desert where you don't have to worry about the humidity, and it still sucks, but you're sweating and your sweat evaporates, which helps keep you cool. Here, you sweat and it just builds up and builds up and builds up and does not just evaporate off of you. So you are just miserable. So if you have on a full wraparound 3A and then, plates in front of it, like, none of that area is breathing. Like, so then you have to worry about heat exhaustion, heat stroke, like, let alone getting in a gunfight. You have to worry about Florida taking you out before you ever get the chance to be in a gunfight.
That's true. I didn't think about that. I mean, it does get hot up here, but I imagine like when it hits 100 up here, it's like fucking 120 out there.
It's on a bad day, it'll get up to about 100, but the humidity index will be in the high 90s.
Oh.
So, like, you walk outside, like going to get your mail and back, you will look like you went swimming. You're sweating so much. Like, it'll just blow straight through your clothes. Like, you just sweat.
That's crazy. I mean, that's, being in peak condition. I'm definitely not in peak physical condition. being hydrated. Oh yeah, dude, motherfuckers don't have camelbacks on their shit. They don't have water. The things that people overlook kill me, dude. Kill me.
Water filtration. So,
Yeah,
have you seen these Sawyer water filters that can
yeah,
go in with a camelback?
yeah, those are dope.
Awesome. Florida's a giant swamp. Like I've actually gone to a couple of the different. They call them FTXs. I call them. I'm making sure like these other militia people aren't dying out in the field because they're dumb. Like
Hmm.
they'll be lugging like with all their kit gallons and gallons of water because they didn't think of, well, I'm in a swamp. I'm surrounded by water. All I need is a way to purify the water. I just have my Camelback with the Sawyer filter in line, and I just drink the swamp water the whole time. They look at me like I'm crazy because I'm drinking swamp water. And I'm like, filter. You get a good filter, it's going to be fine. You guys run out of water because when you're not exerting yourself and it's that hot and you're just outside, you're going to drink about a gallon of water a day. When
Yeah,
you're exerting yourself, you're going to drink multiple.
yeah,
That's heavy. They run out of water, and by like halfway through the day, they're all bumming my fucking Sawyer filter so they can have something to drink. And they're like, "This is amazing." And I'm like, "Yeah, simple things. They're $20."
yeah, yeah. And I
But
mean, anything that you have to carry, you'll run out of, right?
yeah,
So like the folks that carry water or stock water or stock even like food, man. Like I had so Dugan in the past when we started this channel was so big on like prepping and like stocking shit. Is like if that's all you can do, if you live in a fucking apartment, in the city, and that's all you can do, number one, get the fuck out, right? Number
yeah,
two, if you can't get the fuck out, then find another solution. And creating, if that's all you can do, that's fine. It's funny how that industry is becoming completely commercialized, where you can go to Walmart, Dick's, and Costco and find prepper shit, which is odd. But you know trees, like actual like fruit bearing plants, and like homesteading, like that shit's dead. Like nobody fucking, I don't know. It's just crazy.
yeah. No, and then a lot of people think that okay, if I'm gonna prep food, I need to buy MREs or mountain houses or what is Patriot Supply? Don't they like whatever their crap is? It's like
Yeah.
that's all well and good. Go to Home Depot, buy a 5-gallon bucket with a lid,
Hmm.
get the Mylar linings for them. Go to Sam's Club, go to Costco, buy a big ass bag of rice, a big ass bag of beans, a jar of iodized salt, like a little cardboard thing, because you need the iodized salt. Otherwise your body's not going to do so well.
Hmm.
And whatever seasoning you like, and switch it up. Every bucket have a different seasoning. Lemon pepper, honey sachets, whatever you want, but switch it up. Are you going to get sick of beans and rice? Yep. Is it cheap? Yep. Can you prep way more of that than you can like an MRE? MREs are what, like $10 to $12 for one?
One meal. Yeah.
So for the cost of 5 of those, you now have enough food to last you, if you ration it properly, a month.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you can get a what was it? Maybe like a 40-pound bag of rice for like $20.
Yeah,
And I mean, you can also do so like flour, like all the dry ingredients essentially for like chocolate chip cookies, right? Throw those in a bucket and fucking close it up. And that's another thing too with like so having a family, like having kids, like uh, and not even just that, like having like your own psychological piece of like, what could I have that I could prep, store, prepare for that, like, if shit were to go totally fucking sideways, whether it's a hurricane or an all-out war, coffee in the morning is huge.
Yep.
Get coffee for yourself. Get instant coffee. Get creamer. Get those little fucking coffee packs that have the sugar, the creamer, the stir, and all that shit in them. Those are great to store away. But like, not only like coffee for you, like sweet treats and desserts for you, Skittles, whatever you want, like stuff that's going to make you not want to eat a fucking shotgun. And then for the kids, you can get like dried prepped macaroni and cheese and just shit that like will make the kids be like, okay, like it's not it doesn't feel like the end of the world because I can still get chocolate chip cookies and macaroni and cheese, and those things will make a difference if everything falls to shit.
Yep. So I've got two things. So somebody mentioned that every time they go to the store, they buy a couple cans of chili because it doesn't go bad. So, I actually used to live on a sailboat. And one of the things you do if you're on the water with your canned goods, you peel the label off because the label's full of moisture. The moisture causes your can to go bad, which then in turn causes the food inside to go bad. Peel the label off, write on it with a Sharpie what it is. The PAM, like the cooking spray the can, is now protected from the elements. It's not going to go bad. Like,
nice.
it will not go bad. Like, you will probably die before that food goes bad. So that is a trick for preserving your cans. A secondary thing, if you want to be able to prep and you are on a massive budget to the point where you are on government assistance, meaning you get food stamps or you're eligible to pick up stuff from your local food banks. A lot of times, people don't take the rice. They usually have tons of rice, tons of mac and cheese, like the boxed ones. For fucking go bad. If they do, it's because it just tastes bad at that point, but it's not actually bad. It just doesn't taste very good.
Yeah.
Get it. If you're doing some form of like homesteading type thing where, maybe a victory garden, because, we don't call them that anymore, but you're growing food in your backyard and you have a compost pile, half the fucking vegetables that they're going to give you at a food bank are rotten. Well, they go straight to the compost pile. Or if you have pigs, you now have free food for your pigs. Yep. Second thing you can do if you have pigs, because I actually have pigs, there's a Dunkin' Donuts 5 minutes away from me. I go there every couple nights after they close. There's usually between 1 and 3 black trash bags full of donuts and bagels and coffee grounds. I just take those, dump them right into their enclosure, and they're just happy on donuts.
Nice.
And if stuff goes wrong, I have pigs that I can eat, or trade for something I need.
That's awesome. I never, and that's an excellent idea, but I never, so I always heard that removing the label from a can and then just putting Sharpie on that was helpful. I never heard about spraying them down with PAM. That's a really good idea. Any kind of like oil, like substance, but that being edible, safe. That's a good move.
Yep. Let's see. So the food bank thing, that's a good way for prepping.
Somebody said the chili isn't a good idea if you're in a tent with them.
Battery powered tools.
Yep.
Because if shit goes completely sideways, we don't have power.
Yeah.
If you don't have a bunch of money, go to Harbor Freight, buy one of the 100-watt solar panel kits, or go on Amazon. You can get an actually better quality one on Amazon. It's a little bit more money. And then you get an inverter. And then don't worry about fucking buying batteries for the end of the world. Every car is going to have one.
Yeah.
And then you just work on stockpiling batteries for your tools and then you let them charge off of the solar panel. Now, if you know, like let's say you're a Ryobi fan, which I am, because they're cheap as fuck, and Home Depot does Ryobi days, where it's like once or twice a year, you buy a battery set, so you get 2 batteries that are usually either 3 amp hour or 4 amp hour with a charger, and then the free tool of your choice. So if you have all the tools that you're going to want, get the fans and get the lights, and just buy a whole bunch of batteries. Like I have stacks of batteries, and then learn how to repair the batteries when one, because there's multiple cells on the inside. Learn how to figure out which one is the bad one, take it out, take like if you have 2 bad batteries, take a good battery out of the other broken one, solder it in place, and that now you have fixed your battery, but you'll have light and fans. Simple things like that, like a fan in Florida at night, because it's, you know, it's still 90 degrees here, is it's nice. It's simple things. And if you have older people, like heat can be a very, very detrimental thing, because you know, everyone's had air conditioning their whole lives. If all of a sudden that's not a thing, you can at least have a fan sitting there blowing up.
It is a literal killer. Heat and to the same, like, so CRS Firearms, a good friend of the channel, he's in Jesus, oh my God, the frozen ass Wisconsin, right? So like it gets so cold there, he has to change his temperature gauge to Kelvin, you know, like it's crazy. Like cold and heat, the elements are killers. I mean, you look back to, like, you know, our history, I mean, that's what all of our fucking guys were running from, you know? True wisdom of a certified Florida man. That's true. Very true.
Yeah, I mean, there's like just the basic prepping stuff could be a conversation that goes for hours. Just simple things that people don't think about. Like, I have tons of MREs, like literally tons of them, but I got them all for free. So I'm just like, I don't want to eat these anymore. I'm going to keep them because they're never going to go bad. Like, I've been given MREs that, like, the first time, like, they handed it to me, I was just like, this says it expired 12 years ago. And they were like, it was made 5 years prior to that. And I'm like, they're like, don't worry, it's literally no different than the day it was made. So I ate it, tasted exactly like just whatever one. Like I had some that were like made like a couple months prior, and I was like, I can't taste the difference. They're like, you don't want to know what's in it. I'm like, I really don't. But you know, it'll keep you alive.
Yeah, and that's so that's a good point. So the fans, the lights, sleeping bags, even in warm climates, you'd be surprised how easily you could die of hypothermia in a warm, dry climate if you're unwell. You know, like at night and shit like that. The fans and lights, I love that idea. Tarps, somebody said tarps. That is an excellent idea. Tarps can be used for anything and everything, from camouflaging yourself to making a, you know, if you're outdoors for some reason, you know, making a,
like the frames. Yeah. A tarp and paracord, you have a better tent than 90% of the ones that you're going to buy. We get rain in Florida that even if you've like weatherproofed your tent, done the seam sealer, sprayed all the crap on it, it is so hard that it will mist. Like a big raindrop will hit the tent and mist onto the inside. You buy a, you know, $14 tarp, nothing goes through it. Like the water just washes away. It's bigger than a tent. You can roll that thing up so it's about this big. Wrap your paracord around it that you're going to use to tie it up with. It doesn't have to go in your pack. It doesn't weigh hardly anything. You can literally tie it to the bottom, the top, the side, have it wherever. It's not like the elements are going to hurt it. It's your shelter. Like, it's designed to keep you out of the elements.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the things like coffee and the snacks and desserts and magazines and like you said the like reading magazines.
Yeah.
The thing that's gonna people glorify this shit, right? They talk about how you know civil war and revolution needs to happen, and one of our viewers actually brought up a great point when I was quoting. I basically was saying, you know, in the Bill of Rights, when they're talking about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, if a government is ever destructive to these ends, that the people have a right to alter or abolish it. And they were like, yeah, but after it's altered or abolished, we need to create something new, right? Like it's much more difficult than we're putting it out there to be. And like if this shit does go down, the first shit that's leaving like what's been in your grasp at literally like within arm's reach your entire life is water, power, air conditioning, all these things that we're used to that we're so fucking, pampered and babied that the moment that shit goes bad, we're losing everything that we value, that we take for granted, like air conditioning, like power, like water. Like you will turn a fucking faucet on and the shit will not work. And we have to prepare ourselves for those things because, in the end, you know, we're not all preparing appropriately for what may come if shit goes bad. So preparing for those things and also preparing for some things that like psychologically will keep us well and keep us from freaking out, taking the edge off like the fans and shit. I like that idea and staying not wet in the tarps.
Psychologically, there's simple things that you can do to get yourself used to it. If it's hot outside and you have that AC going at night when you're sleeping, turn it off. Do it for get used to sleeping in 80, 90 degree weather.
Don't shower for a few days.
Yeah. I mean, simple things like that. If it's freezing cold because you're up north, same thing. Don't have your heat going.
Yeah.
Okay, how many blankets do I need to keep from freezing to death? Okay, maybe I need to buy some more. Like simple things. Like it literally costs you nothing to do those type of things to yourself. If you if you have a massive coffee habit, like I drink way too much coffee. Like at this point, it keeps caffeine headaches away. Like it doesn't help me stay awake. Headaches don't come. I will randomly be like, well, no coffee for a week. And just so I can make sure I can focus through the midget with a sledgehammer that's happening in my head and still work, still do everything effectively that I need to. Because it is a massive discomfort. And it's better to be able to understand how that's going to affect you, like physically and psychologically, instead of just being like, oh, hey, some shit went down. I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah. It's I started doing fasting during the day to where like when I would wake up I'd have my coffee and shit, but I wouldn't eat until way later in the day, sometimes as late as dinner. And I found myself getting like low on energy at some points throughout the day, but it's amazing what you can push your body to do. And like if you follow the laws of three, like you can go 3 minutes without air. You can go 3 weeks without food. You can go 3 days without water. You can go that kind of thing. You can push your body really fucking far, and psychologically prepare yourself for what may come. And if it doesn't come, great. You're now a tough son of a bitch that can push through anything. But it's interesting. You'll start to appreciate those things a lot fucking more when you exercise not having them.
Yep. Yep. That is very true. And
Yeah.
I mean, do simple things. Like another thing you can do: go camping, but don't go glamping. You know, like park, walk 5 miles with everything that you think you're going to need. You're going to realize that, hey, this is a want, not a need. This, 3-ounce little thing that I thought was going to be super useful, I didn't use the whole time. That is 3 ounces that I am ditching. And because shit adds up real quick, and the heavier you are, the slower you are, the more calories you're burning, the more tired you're going to be. Like, tons and tons of simple things you can do. Just like figure out what type of vegetation you can eat. Like, that's one thing that's awesome about Florida. You can walk out anywhere and find things to eat super easy. Like, if you've ever heard of swamp cabbage, that's a sable palm. Like, they're everywhere. It's like, it's one of the types of palm trees that we have here. You cut the top off of it, you peel it back, you have a chunk about this big around and this long, and it tastes like water chestnuts.
Wow.
You can cook it, or you can just like eat it raw, but it's also got a lot of moisture in it, so you're not depleting as much water by eating that as you would,
Yeah.
some dry trail mix or whatever that you might have, if you were lucky. So there's, just figure out what type of things are edible around you, and it'll, even when you're hiking, it's like, okay, well, I'm expending calories. It's like, oh, if every once in a while you're able to add just a couple back in, you're going to be able to go even further.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another huge thing, man. Being able to identify, plants in the woods that are actually edible. I brought this up before, but a viewer sent me a deck of cards that you can actually, for foraging, and you can actually go through and use them to identify like what you can actually eat. Now, I tried it, and I pulled a bunch of these fucking plants that were supposed to be like, it says like what they're similar to, right? It said that it was similar to like I forgot what it's called, but it's kind of like a lettuce that's like peppery. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. Words are hard. But like it was fucking terrible. But it could sustain you for a little bit. It could keep you alive. Even if it doesn't give you like the nutrition that you need, like the protein or whatever. Even just the act of eating and feeling something in your stomach, and chasing it with water could actually give you what you need to get to real food.
That by that same logic, like McDonald's is terrible. Like, if you are not hungry and you take a bite of a McDumpster burger, you're like, wow, this tastes like shit. Why did I just spend $2 on this? If you haven't eaten for a day and a half, that's the best tasting burger you've ever eaten in your life.
Oh yeah.
The concept with some of the crap food that you're going to find foraging tastes terrible, but it has what your body needs, so you're going to eat it. And when you're really hungry, it's going to taste really good.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know, with certainty where our world is headed, but I know that there's absolutely no downside to us preparing. I think if every fucking human being in the world would just plant a tree and raise a pig and a chicken, and I think we'd be in a much different place. But it's
The government discourages that. Like, there's a lot of places where you are like, you're not allowed to grow food in your own yard, the property that you own, because oh no, you can only have grass and like flowers. Can't grow tomatoes, can't grow anything else.
You can't catch water. Yeah.
Like, and it's because they want you to be dependent on them. Like, we're fucking crazy people for thinking that way. It's like, no, I don't want to be dependent on you. I want to be able to know that, hey, whatever natural disaster happens, I don't have to rely on you to hopefully send the National Guard out with fucking cans of FEMA rations for me and my family that I then have to go stand in line for half the day to get, to then repeat the process the next day. Like, no, I want to be able to have my own stuff.
Yeah, they don't want independence. They don't want true freedom and independence. Has been dead a very long time. CNC Designs, I don't think I know what you mean. I have no room to talk, but DLD After Dark is not far from going out. I'm not sure I know what you mean. McDonald's tastes great, but my asshole begs to differ. Hey, just because doesn't feel good going out, if you're starving. But I think what's up, Guns from the Grave? I think all of us taking these little things and doing just like little bits to prepare ourselves for, like, if shit goes wrong, then there's no downside to that. Now, there have been times over the past like 10 to 12 years that I've been prepping, and I hate to even call it that, right? Like, I guess keeping a mindset of preparedness and self-preservation. That's what I look at it as. And there have been times where I look at it and I'm just like, I have this like negative, apathetic, just like almost nihilistic outlook on life, because it's like, fuck, man, if you get trapped in this place where you're just black-pilled and all you see is like no fucking hope for humanity at all, it can put you in a dark place. So just make sure you take the time to spend time with your family, to do things that you're passionate about, to, just keep that part of you alive, because you'll see there'll be people like Navy SEALs, like fucking Rangers, and like all these like high speed ass motherfuckers that, are dedicating their life to doing every possible thing they fucking can to survive and to make sure their brothers survive. And then some of them come home and they eat their pistol. And it's like, how? Like, how in the fucking world could somebody that's dedicated their entire fucking life to self-preservation and saving themselves and their brothers and do something like that? Your mind, like your brain, psychologically, when you get to a dark enough place and it doesn't seem like there is like any possible way out, shit can get bad and it can get dark. So just make sure that no one is exempt from depression and apathy and nihilism. So just make sure you find the joy in life too. And even though you're preparing for something that could potentially be catastrophic, make sure that you focus on positivity too.
Yep. And check on your friends. Like, if
Yeah.
you haven't heard from one of your friends in a while, just send them a message and be like, hey, you doing okay? That's a thing. Like, It's not weird. Like, don't let that little voice in your head go, oh, I don't want to be the weird guy being like, hey, I haven't heard from you. Are you okay? No, it's not weird. Fucking do it. Like, that can be the difference sometimes between, one of your friends eating it.
Yeah.
Especially if they've had to see or do some shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's a, yeah. But back on the, prepping and conspiracy theories and all that, which, aren't really conspiracies anymore. Have you been paying attention to, like, all this assault weapons ban bullshit they're trying to push through?
Yeah. I think it's what, HB 1808, something like that.
Have you seen the thing on the factoring criteria for rifle barrel weapons with accessories, commonly referred to as a stabilizing brace? Like,
Yeah.
they switched up wording on shit again.
Yeah.
And they did it with a bunch of different things. So they switched up wording on, what is and is not allowed. on your gun what will constitute as an SBR or AOW. That whole thing where, you know, if you have don't tread on me, pretty much anything 2A related, you know, this somehow is going to be terrorist propaganda.
Yeah.
Like,
it's because the military age, the white military aged male in America is now the enemy.
Yeah, no, they're not letting people that would be the enemy in. So my buddy Malcolm is a sergeant. He's currently off doing some shit. But he was talking to me a couple weeks ago, and he's like, every time I get a new soldier, I ask him, hey, so when we're given the order to go door to door and round up guns from the American, like, civilian population, you're doing it with me, right? And he said every single one of the new kids that comes in is saying, yeah, we'll do it. And I'm like, well, that's fucking scary. He's like, yeah, it's terrifying. They all think that I'm on board with it. He's like, if that shit happens, I'm loading up whatever the biggest fucking pet truck that I can get my hands on with as much cool shit as possible, and I'm driving to wherever the fuck you are if I'm stateside, and you and your guys will do our shit. But
dude, that's fucking bananas. That's crazy.
Well, think about it. Like, you have all the vax mandates. They've kicked out an insane amount of people from all branches of the military. Like, those are requirements. And people that, you know, have more than an IQ of 7 are going, yeah, I don't want that. I don't trust that. They're not signing up. Like, across the board, the recruitment numbers are massively under. Like, massively. Yeah. So the people that are signing up are the wrong kind of people. That they think all that shit's fine. So they're going to be the generation of, we were taught to memorize things and write it on paper, which means we're smart. So when the superiors tell us that this is what we're supposed to do because it's for the good of the country, we're just going to listen. And it's like, bad idea.
Yeah, they've been programmed, you know, it's and they've been programmed to be so fucking dependent. Like, it's crazy. You know, I think partially it's by design. You know, I think they want to weaken the military as much as possible, and I don't know what
now. Like, your drill sergeant can't fucking get in your face and knife hand you anymore. Like, if your drill sergeants are being too mean to you, they give you a little card or something that you can hold on, and they have to let you go and be like in your safe space for like 5-10 minutes or whatever it is. It's like, no wonder the rest of the world thinks we're a fucking joke right now.
That's like absolutely batshit crazy. Like, the purpose of that is to put you in a situation that pushes you psychologically to, I mean, every single person I know, like, I know a fuck ton of GWAT guys. I know, you know, a lot of people that get through that, get to the other side, and are grateful that for that time that they were in basic and, you know, pushing themselves further than they've ever been pushed. Now, if you watch a lot of the videos that are like, different basics across different branches, it's like, it's a joke.
Yeah. Like, and if you don't have a combat MOS, like, you're not getting trigger time, at least in, there's like 1 or 2 of the branches. Like, if you didn't have a combat MOS, like, they're not going to teach you how to shoot. Granted, they don't really teach you how to shoot very well anyway, but at least they're, you know, some form of basic weapons handling skills. Like, okay, we don't need that. It's like, no, you're in the military. Like, if everything goes sideways, your job is to pick up a fucking gun and defend the country. Like, if you weren't taught how to do that, what's going to happen?
And that should be every military age male, every, citizen, every civilian, we've totally lost the fact that, like, because so many of us are dependent on the government. You hear it all the time, like, oh, that's what police are for, that's what the government's for, that's what military is for. You can't fight off the government with your AR-15. Bullshit. A bunch of dudes in fucking bathrobes with flip-flops and AKs fought off the fucking biggest military of the world for 20
And
years.
yet he's currently in control of their fucking country.
And guess who got... Yeah, and they got armed like some shit. They got blessed with fucking some of the best equipment in military history.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. Like, there's so much. Like, I kind of think what's going on with the administration and pushing all the gun control and labeling all the shit, because, like, they have to come back and vote on it. Like, from what I understand, like, the Biden administration, all the people they're going to need to get the votes to push the assault ban through, they're having meetings with them behind closed doors, like, persuading them to vote the way that they want, which to me says, they're either bribing them or blackmailing them or something.
A lot of it is about funding. That's
like, in the past 10 years, like, all the different, oh no, they're going to take our guns. Like, I've been like, no, it's not going to happen. Like, this one, I'm actually like, this might happen. Like,
yeah,
to the point, like, everyone at the shop, like, in the gun shop next to us and the pawn shop next to that, like, we're all just, like, buying as much shit as we can, because we're like, if this shit goes down, it's not a, hey, okay, we lay down and take it. It's like, there will be trigger time. Like,
yeah,
it's one of those things. And what I think they're doing by, labeling everything they can is, oh, you can't have these guns, you can't do this, you can't do this. If you have this type of shit, you're a terrorist. Any of your guns that are fucking gonna be grandfathered in, but you have to keep them at a designated range in their safes. It's like, okay, what fucking range is gonna be able to afford to buy a massive walk-in safe for everyone's guns? Like,
I mean, they probably have to buy like 50,000 individual safes, because you wouldn't want one person to have access to other people's weapons. Like, it's I honestly, fuck it, I'd say, mark my words, if this goes through, I will literally stand out on the street corner handing out firearms. Like, I will build a homeless person army. This And then this is why I stuck with, like, Glocks, ARs, simple shit that I have replacement parts for everything for like, because that shit is just way too fucking far. And I think at that point, if this does, fuck, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. If this does pass and there's actual legislation that brings us back to the no firearm. See, here's the problem, though. Before I say this, the problem is that so many of these fuckheads will be like, yeah, but my shit's grandfathered in. Yeah, but it's a pistol, it's a braced pistol, but all I have to do is register it as an SBR, and it's for free. I don't have to pay the $200. So many fucking dumbasses are just going to comply, not seeing what this is, like, what stage this is setting for the future.
Yep. And that's the scary part. Like, people don't pay attention to history. Like, it's not like this is the first time that this has happened. Like, you can look around the world and see, like, they do everything they can to take your guns, and then they do whatever they fucking want. Like, it's, what are you gonna do? Fight back? Like, look at the what was it? It wasn't Shanghai. It was was it the Beijing riots? I don't remember. The riots where like all the Chinese people were fighting their government and they were using fucking trash cans and like homemade bows and like
Yeah.
lasers to take out cameras, and the government was just fucking shooting them. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, we don't want to get to that stage. Like,
look at Venezuela.
Yeah.
Those fucking guys. I'll never forget. There was a moment when it was like CNN or some of those fuckheads. There was a moment where they were watching the Capitol building being stormed, or whatever the fucking government center is called. And I mean, there were hundreds of people there, and they were fighting back. And there was a helicopter literally over the shit, like filming it. And they said, man, look at the heart and the courage of these people, like, you know, fighting back for their freedom. Could you imagine what they could do if they had guns?
And then when we do it, we're the bad guys.
Yeah.
That definitely was not the Capitol building the day before the fact.
Of course not. Yeah, dude. I don't have much hope for the future, but I've always felt, like in my heart, that in my life, like my real job, everything that I've ever done in my life, my real job is going to be fighting for freedom and independence for my daughter, for her children, for their children, so on and so on. And that's why I take the outlook that I do on like gun building, right? Like so much of this channel has been about gun building and 80% firearms and 3D printing and like all this shit, because people need to have the capability to have that same level of freedom and independence that we're talking about with food and water that we already can't have. Like, we can't catch rainwater. We can't fucking, you know, do half the shit that, you know, we would really need to truly have a homestead. There will be a time that gun building is completely outlawed in our lifetime. And having that knowledge and information, like, that's going to be the thing that stops that at the gate. Having the capability to equip yourself, you know.
Yeah. We've already seen how well it works when they make things illegal. Like, you definitely can't go buy crack. That's illegal. You definitely can't go buy a like an actual UMP-40 because, you know, that's illegal. Go to the fucking ghetto and buy both of those things. Like, I know someone has a UMP-40 and they're not supposed to. They're fucking law enforcement. And the way they got it is there was one of the like higher ups in a gang in their area. Like, this was the gang. Like, dude has been on trial for murder multiple times. Like, the cops don't like to mess with him because their families get fucked with. Like, he just pulled this guy over for a basic traffic violation, walks up to the window. He's like looking in the back window. There's a UMP-40, like an actual H&K UMP-40, fully auto, like everything, and a stack of mags. And he's looking at that, and he's looking in the front, and he's looking at that, and he's like, so I know who you are. I have to do something. I don't want to get fucked with, and I don't want my family to get fucked with. So what if I just take that gun because you are a violent criminal? I take the gun, I take the mags, you drive away. You cool? Am I going to get fucked? And he was like, works for me, because he's looking at it like he's bribing the officer at that point. He showed up, and he was just like, I got this. Here's how I got it. Hopefully I don't die. And I was like, go hide that somewhere. Keep that, because that's off the books. He was like, I'm going to go bury it somewhere in case, you know, things happen and I need it. But, like, you shouldn't be able to have that. You technically can't even import that to America unless you have, like, a bunch of crazy licensing. But yet, That guy had it. So that gun said he's not allowed to have that. Definitely worked real well. It's just like
right.
I've been watching Mr. Snowmaker. He's got that little tabletop CNC machine.
Yep.
He needs a piece of metal and press a button. And
Dude, I got one right here, literally on the floor in the box right here. The only reason I haven't opened it yet is because I'm moving. And shout out to Cody Wilson with the Turns to Spence for sending it. There's a lot of things it can't do yet, but when all of us get together and like help develop like the G code and the capabilities of it, like there's a lot it can do, but man, there is going to be no limit on what a machine like that can do with the right, even if like, so like there's some like steels and shit that you shouldn't work with the Ghost Gunner 3, but like even if you were to use aluminum to make some parts, you could run a fucking aluminum parts to convert like an AR to be an M16. It would work for a little while, it may
do it with a fucking coat hanger.
Yeah, that too. 3D print a fucking dropping all this here. And I'm not saying people should break the laws, rules, regulations, restrictions, sanctions, and all that. I'm just saying if we were in a scenario where the rule of law no longer existed, there are no restrictions on what you can do to preserve your life. So make a fucking machine gun. Do whatever the fuck you want. But know that if you wait too long, we won't have power. We won't have Wi-Fi. We won't have air conditioning. We won't have none of that shit. So, but don't break the law and be smart and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, because what was his name? The guy that just went to jail a few months back for the auto key card. Like, fucking little piece of metal where it wasn't even, like, perforated. It was just a laser of a fucking schematic on it. Well, that's a fucking machine gun. No, that's a piece of metal. Like, if you don't have actual machining tools, it's no different than if you have it on a piece of paper or on a piece of metal or drawn on, a fucking rock. It's going to do the same thing unless you actually have the ability to turn it into something and then actually do it. Because at that point in time, you're saying a thought is a crime. Which is anyone that had the auto key card, you've thought about something, so therefore it's illegal and we're going to fuck with you now. Like, that's bullshit. Like,
it is a total bastardization of the justice system. It is a total overreach of the First and Second Amendments that are supposed to be given to us by God and protected by the Constitution, but that hasn't exactly been the case. And we're all too intimate with that situation because CRS Firearms, Matt Hoover, the second one that was arrested in that case, is one of our friends. I'd say he's a personal friend of mine, and 7 charges for conspiracy to manufacture machine guns and to sell and manufacture machine guns. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, man. For a picture etched on a card that was inspired by the lightning link. And as a matter of fact, to this date, no one has actually proven if it's the exact spec of a lightning link.
Like, did you see the binary trigger that we did a couple months back? Like, we had Black Rambo debut it.
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, so the binary Glock trigger that we did is made out of OEM Glock parts. Like, it's not a bunch of fucking fancy aftermarket shit that's put in there. No, it's OEM Glock parts with set screws in the correct places.
Okay.
It's a fully functioning bang, 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 bang binary trigger.
Mm-hmm.
We built one just to be like, hey, this is a thing. People ask, like, I get messages every day being like, hey, when's the binary going to be available? When's the binary? Binary this, binary that. And we're not making it. Like, we have it set aside. So if we can ever figure out a way to legally not get fucked with, we'll do it. because like I think it was Thomas Graves, the guy who did the watt trigger and
Yeah.
all those variations of it. Like he came up with it. They shut him down. Like they dropped the lawsuits afterwards, like the day that it was supposed to go to trial or whatever, but they shut him down completely for months and months and months. And if you are a small business and all of a sudden you go, this is my form of livelihood, this is how I feed my family, this is how I pay my taxes, this is how I do everything, the government goes, yeah, you can't do that. We're shutting you down for 6 months.
Not today.
But suddenly lose everything. It's not just, oh, let me pick right back up where I left off. No, you've lost your customer base. You've lost everything. In today's world, it's not just, oh, I was, kicked off the internet for a month. I'll just make a new account and all of a sudden I'll have 500,000 followers again like that. People's memories are like a goldfish around the bowl. Ooh, a castle around the bowl. Ooh, a castle around the bowl. Ooh, a castle. If you're not in their face constantly, they forget who you are and they move on to somebody else.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with products. Like if you're making any type of product and it's not constantly being shown to people, even if you have the best thing out there, if it's not constantly being shown to somebody, they're going to buy something else.
Yep. That's exactly right. And JSD Supply did develop the Glock pull and release trigger. I can imagine it's not too far off from what you guys did. It is a drop-in trigger with, trigger shoe, trigger bar, cruciform, housing that you drop in.
Yep.
And it's only binary. Like you can't hit a selector like the Franklin Arms.
Same thing that we did. But the way the government fucks with everybody, like Johnny, we did it for a social media thing. Like we have the SOT 7, so you can actually build machine guns and have like we have at the shop we have a walk-in with machine guns. Like it's super cool. Like that's another thing I do to fuck with the militia groups, because whenever they all talk about, oh, if anybody here posts stuff with like machine guns, they're definitely a Fed. So I'll do random things of like, here's me with a 1919. They'll be like, oh my gosh, it's the Feds. I'll be like, no, my job's cooler than yours. But even though we can build them for the shop, we don't. We're like, there's no point. Like, there's so many things that we would like to be able to do as a business, but we just don't, because we don't want to deal with the fucking repercussions of the government. And it's bullshit. Like, we shouldn't ever have to go, oh, are they going to be fucking mad because we did something that is literally the second thing that says shall not be infringed? Like, everybody fucking worries about everything. It's like, oh, is that a vertical foregrip on this pistol? Or is it actually angled? It's angled, so it's not a vertical foregrip. But if it's not angled by this much, straight to jail. Fucking bullshit. Unless I want to spend $200 to have a little piece of paper that says, oh, I'm allowed to have a vertical foregrip that costs $20.
Yeah, that's not taxing a right?
It's bullshit. Like, you have to worry about everything. Like, I mean, it's
yeah, man. I'm wondering.
We went from fuck the government, like we don't want to pay like 3-4% in taxes, to like just go to Walmart, buy anything, and you're spending generally, at least down here, it's like I think 7 to 9% in tax for anything you're buying. Yeah. It's like, okay, the government tells you what you can and cannot do. It's like, oh, you bought that car, you paid for it, it's yours, it belongs to you. Well, if you want to drive it, you have to pay us. That's bullshit.
You have to pay us a fuck ton too.
Yeah.
But I don't think.
You don't pay us, we're going to take it from you.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't comply, we'll fucking steal your shit. Civil
Yeah.
forfeit. Um,
At least on
dude,
the upside, if we don't comply, the new IRS agents that are going to show up with guns. I mean, you got that one dude in the wheelchair. What's he going to do?
and it's way worse than people. So the IRS is the one making the big like splash, but it's IRS agents, it's USDA. I don't know why the fuck they need machine guns and millions of rounds of ammo, but the railroad, the National Railroad Retirement Association, or something like crazy ass fucking organizations that are all arming themselves. So guys out there, arm yourselves because we're right around the corner and cusp from, you know, something happening, whatever it may be. But we're
And when it comes to arming yourselves, don't, if you don't have training, don't go out and buy a fucking $2,000+ gun. Like, is that going to be a much better gun? Yeah, but as much as I will fuck with people that are rocking like a Palmetto State, they work. They're not the best, but fucking take your $600 and buy one of those, and then go spend the rest of your money on fucking training, because it does not matter if you have, you know, all fucking high precision everything, and then like a $2,000 gun and a $1,500 sidearm and tons of ammo. You don't know how to use any of that. Some asshole is going to kill you with a high point.
yep, like
But
a literal fucking 3D printed high point,
yeah,
and they're gonna take all your shit. And that's why training and fucking like actual time behind the gun. Go out, get time behind the gun. Obviously, getting formal training is best, but most of these
and
motherfuckers, they haven't even taken their guns out.
make sure that whoever you're going to for training actually knows what the fuck they're doing. Because any asshole can go get an NRA certification that says that they are a firearms instructor. It is ungodly easy. When I
Yeah,
had my range, the amount of certified NRA instructors that came to me and wanted to use my facility to run their classes was amazing. I didn't realize there was this many people that could teach you how to shoot your gun that didn't know what the fuck they were doing themselves. Like, it was terrible. People would show up. I would judge them like based off of what gun they carry. Like, if your EDC was something other than like Glock, Sig, or CD or CZ, like Glock should be the primary for Florida because the elements don't hurt it. Like, Florida does not affect a Glock. It'll affect a Sig and a CZ because they will rust. Sigs and CZs will bang when you pull the trigger, but you got to keep the maintenance better. So if they were carrying a fucking 1911, fun to shoot, you shouldn't be fucking teaching anybody because you're carrying a thud gun. Like, oh, they won 2 world wars. Awesome, there's stuff that's better. You should be carrying something better if you are instructing something.
yeah.
I want them
Something is
to
gonna
basic
work.
box drill. If you can't move around 4 cones doing a basic course of fire, you shouldn't be teaching people how to do move and shoot if you can't do it yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we just hit 3 hours. I know I kept you for a long time, and I so appreciate you coming on, man. But before we cut out of here, remind everybody, you know, who you are, what you do, where they can find you, and then we'll end on like some and maybe some advice, some good dad advice, or you know, something like that.
I'm Wick __ actual on Instagram. Wick actual on some other stuff if like there's no underscores allowed. Like I have Telegram now as of today, but I don't actually have anything posted. I figured out how to put my picture up, so that's about all you're going to get there. YouTube, I think it's just Wick actual. I don't remember if there's underscores on there or not. I make knives, shanks, teach people to shoot. I work on guns, and I put dicks on things.
He does. He puts lots of dicks on things. I really I want to send you. So I have one Glock that is super special to me. My dad gave it to me, and I think I want you to do that frame. And also, I want either the carbon fiber knife or one of the um, uh, pens. I think that would be dope. So we definitely need to do something. And guys, let's pump up his numbers big time. Go to his YouTube channel. If we have mods in here, oh, awesome. So the mods are already dropping the link. Make sure we go subscribe to his channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Let's show him some love, and let's get his channel built up.
Thank you, guys.
Oh yeah. And naturally, guys, this time, like always, I'll end the stream how I always do, by going through my little spiel, which is always follow rule number one, which is be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That little 2 seconds of kindness for somebody else could completely change their day, maybe even their life. You know, you never know what somebody's going through. Live a life of care, compassion, contribution. Give to others. When your hand is open to give, it's open to receive. So you bless others, you get blessed in return. That's the way the world works. We also know that the only way for us to combat evil is with good men that are skilled in violence. So make sure that you are becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. Keep a thing on you. I usually keep, at least a firearm on you, but keep a gun on you, an extra mag on you, a blade on you, a backup blade on you, hot sauce, a flashlight, all that stuff, and keep a rifle within arm's reach. But Wick, thank you so much for coming on, man. I'm definitely going to get at least some of your work done on a Glock, if not one of your dope-ass knives. And thank all you guys for coming in and hanging out. If you do want to show some support, you can always use the affiliate links to get shit on Palmetto State Armory, Brownells, fucking Goonbeam, JM4 Tactical Holsters. There's so many, of course, JSD, Support 1776. They got those Glock kits for $380 right now, which is crazy. So show them some support. And also for the homies out there that have blessed me with some Cash App and PayPal love, thank you, man. I love you guys. And y'all, be easy. Thank you. Love all you guys. And with that, we are